Welcome to a very special episode of the Loudest Sports Show. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I get this correct. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of the Loudest Sports Show, brought to you by the Dorkening Network and sponsored by Deadly Grounds Coffee. We are the Three Bromigos, the Ray Hall Trio, the Sports Triumvirate, and along with Slashes the Ice Queen and Emma Extreme, we are the greatest sports talk team you've ever seen. Emma, how are you today?
Good.
Yeah? What are you going to be doing tonight? What are you going to be telling us?
What?
What are you going to be doing tonight? You going to be
Picking the football games.
Oh, yeah. Dan, don't call me Danny Spence-ah. How are you today?
Oh, never better. Fine and dandy. Never seen a better day. We good to go. I'm here with Emma. I'm here with Dave.
Dave's the Kardashian Dragon.
We're ready to roll. Kardashian Dragon is in the house. How you doing?
Kardashian Dave Matthews Band Dragon is in the house.
Ooh.
Oh, that's probably
really nice to see you here.
All right. So it doesn't look like anybody's watching with us yet, but I don't care. We are going to start off today with, we got to finish introductions because I am Patsy the Angry Nerd, and I am joined by Slashes the Ice Queen, the hockey expert.
What's up, girl?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
So we're going to start off with because we have a lot to get to today, but we're going to do what I like to call the starting lineup. So our quick rundown, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking our opening face-off, which is what our opening question that we do to kind of break the ice. Then we're going to be talking about the NHL and NBA playoff pictures. And then we are going to get down to business, and we are going to give you our NFL preview. We're going to talk about Tom versus Bill. We're going to talk about division by division previews. We're going to give you our predictions for the Super Bowl, the division winners, wild card, all that good stuff. And while we are doing so, we are going to be live drafting our NFL fantasy team. It was coming down to the wire, but we did get a full roster of team.
Nice. I wasn't sure. I didn't see the last two.
I got to say, is this like a first time ever live on air fantasy draft? From us?
For us, it is. For us, it absolutely is. I'm sure.
I had to throw that last part in there, but I was trying to give it a little more gravitas.
I think definitely for us it is. So the first thing we're going to open up with today, we are going to talk for our opening face-off. We're going to start with the dudes. We're going to start with Dan and Dave in that order. What is the best football movie and why?
I know what Dan's going to say, so I'll let you go first.
Best football movie. I mean, for me, it's a tie, and they're so on the opposite ends of the spectrum. It's not even funny. But I'm very partial to Varsity Blues. I give it a 10. But also, Any Given Sunday, although commonly labeled as overproduced and whatever, it was a fantastically done movie. I'm an Oliver Stone guy from way back, and you can't mess with Pacino, and it was fantastic, and probably for my money, that's like a top 5 Dennis Quaid performance. So we'll go with that one.
All right, Dave, how about you?
I'm going to go the easy choice. I'm going to go comedy, The Waterboy. Easy one for me. Just great performances all around, and just a hell of a movie.
The Return of Henry Winkler. This room is getting small.
I would say number 2, close, The Replacements, if you want to go actual football movies. But I mean, The Waterboy.
I should have went with
Winkler,
that one.
It's just an unbelievable cast.
I love The Replacements.
I love The Waterboy. I'm going that.
All right, Dave, your headset mic isn't where your voice is coming from, so you're going to have to get closer to the mic when you talk. All right, so Ashes, what is your favorite football movie?
So I was going to say The Replacements because it's really good comedy.
John Favreau is the fullback.
And like
The quarterback knows kung fu.
But to not piggyback off of somebody else, I'm gonna go with Jerry Maguire.
Ooh.
I mean, like,
Oh,
not necessarily at
so
the
good.
forefront of that film, but football definitely happens.
Emma. What
Show
is-
me the money.
Emma, what is your favorite football movie?
What's your favorite football movie?
Do you have one?
Anything that comes to mind, little boo boo?
No, nothing.
Well, I guess I can maybe speak to her and say that she probably would go for the Waterboy as well, because we have seen that one, and she's a bit of a Sandler aficionado, whereas she's down with Happy Gilmore, she's down with the Waterboy. So I think for her, I will speak on her behalf and say Waterboy. Does that sound about right? Yeah, okay, I thought so.
Captain Insano shows no moiety. Mine is so I'm gonna go with one that you guys didn't mention. I'm gonna go another Sandler film. I'm gonna go with the remake of The Longest Yard. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a well done film, and it
Big wrestling contingent in that one, so it's right up my alley for sure.
Oh yeah, and great cast all up and down. With the former NFL players, you had Romanowski, you had I guess technically Goldberg is on the wrestling.
Goldberg, yeah.
Goldberg, yeah.
And
Yeah, he's both.
Terry Crews actually played in the NFL too, and I actually saw a thing about him yesterday. He Adam Sandler actually called him to do that film after he had gone through some personal things, and him and Adam Sandler became really close filming that movie. They actually became really good friends.
Like they snuck some Burt Reynolds in there too.
Yeah, and Burt Reynolds in there
from the original.
Yeah, that's a great pick there.
And Michael Irvin. Don't
Who's
forget
that guy?
I got the
Michael Irvin.
eyes. I got the shakes that'll make you quake. I got the burgers. Man, I got burgers.
I want some burgers.
So, I thought that was pretty good. Now, why do you consider those your favorite sports movies of all time? I mean, favorite football movies, I should say.
I actually probably in retrospect, because I think although Ashley said that it was not in the forefront, I think Jerry Maguire is like a full-fledged football movie with a little bit of romance tucked in on the side. I really should have gone with that one because out of all of those, that's my favorite movie that was mentioned.
Yeah.
If anytime it's on, like I have to watch it, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And R.I.P. Kelly Preston, she was in the beginning of that one. Was the ex of Tom Cruise. May she rest in peace.
Yeah, that was another one gone too soon. Dave, what about you? Why did you?
I don't. It was just nostalgia, I guess. I mean, especially the cast too, Kathy Bates. I mean, come on now, you got that's just a great movie. It brings you back. It makes you, Adam Sandler reminds you of the '90s, and we all love the '90s.
I remember that day. I watched that game on pay per view, that movie on pay per view, and then Pat wrote the most incoherent note of all time.
Oh, that
night
day, the
that
day
I've ever seen. There were no real words written on that thing, but gosh darn it, he gave it his best. But that just means he had a rip-roaring good time.
I was 18 and I was hammered for the first time. Yep.
Graduation weekend.
Yep. Ashes, how about you? Why did you choose what you chose?
I mean, it's a really good movie, like a really good movie. So obviously, The Replacements, I feel like it's really underrated, severely underrated. It's not something that first comes to mind when people think sports films. And I think the story has a lot of heart to it. And it's really funny. Like the acting is great. It's just funny. But Jerry Maguire is one of those films that I can just watch over and over and over and over again to the point where,
every day.
You can quote it and, not get sick of it. And it's such a heartwarming film. All of the side stories so obviously, Jerry Maguire is the main character of the film. hence the film is called Jerry Maguire. But the whole side story, with Cuba Gooding Jr. and everything, like, it's just a lot of fun. It's a really good film. Won a lot of awards.
The only downside that I can ever look at with that one is that why wasn't it anybody other than Renee Zellweger that ended up with beautiful Tom Cruise in like the mid '90s? Like that's the only bad thing about that one I couldn't buy. I'm like, come on now.
Well, because
it fit the narrative, but
yeah, but that was before.
If I was her, he'd have had me at hello too. To be quite honest, I'm just saying.
So that's Tom Cruise, not Tom Brady. But we'll get to that. We will get to that. All right, so we are about 10 minutes in, and almost 15. So we've gotten through our first thing. Now we know what everybody's favorite football movies are, with the exception of Emma. But we all kind of figure Emma's favorite is going to be The Waterboy.
She's got a lot of miles left and a lot of weekends watching several movies at the same time to kind of get her groove on with that. So
that's true. I mean,
we'll get an answer sooner than later.
She is 6, so she's got a lot of catching up to do. So let's talk, Ashes. This is why you're here. This is your specialty. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the NHL playoffs, because we are down to the last 4 teams. Everybody's in Edmonton, both conferences. And I think both of these games were kind of a surprise.
Absolutely. Yes. I was not expecting Dallas to shut out the Vegas Knights.
Old friend Anton Hudobin. How about that for a backup?
I mean, that's crazy.
I almost said some bad words, but Emma would yell at me and say, you said a bad word.
Yeah.
I dismissed her for now, by the way, until it's time for the picks. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's fine.
So yeah, it's really fucking crazy that Anton Khudobin is. I think we kind of knew he was capable of doing something great, and that's why he didn't want to stay a backup goalie. He wanted to, be in the forefront. But I kind of wish we still had him.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, if we had Anton Khudobin right now, we would still be in the Bruins would still be in the playoffs. Absolutely.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
Yeah. So
that's what his mask says. His mask says Dobby.
It was some really exciting and interesting hockey played in the both Western and Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, we're only 1 game in as of right now, but I think both outcomes are kind of surprises. So yeah, we were not expecting Dallas to shut out the Golden Knights. And let's talk about that Islanders Lightning game.
I picked the Islanders.
I thought the Islanders were going to win it.
There are three reasons why I don't want the other team. I don't want Sagan to win because screw Sagan. I don't want the Golden Knights to win because fuck Max Pacioretty. And I don't want the Lightning to win because fuck the Lightning. I'd be fine with the Islanders winning.
What did Max Pacioretty do other than getting hurt?
Max Pacioretty, because of that, like he was a Montreal Canadian to start with, like that's part of the issue. But also Riley Smith, who the Bruins had, who couldn't do a goddamn thing, all of a sudden goes out to Vegas and turns into David Krejci in the playoffs. Like he's a superstar.
But what does that have to do with Max Pacioretty? I'm just curious. I'm trying to. The only thing I know from him is getting jacked up into the stanchion by big old Chara.
Yeah, Chara wrecked.
They tried to call the police on him.
Yeah, they did. Everybody in the stands. For people who are not familiar, Zdeno Chara, 6'9", 255-pound defenseman for the Bruins. This is like 10 years ago. Maybe a little less, 8 to 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Chara is kind of riding Pacioretty against the board, going for a check, and there's a stanchion that kind of sticks out, and it catches Pacioretty's head, and he goes down hard. Like, I don't think he had it might have fractured a vertebrae, but it was a bad injury.
He pushed him into it.
Yeah, but he was riding him along the whole
I don't think he tried to murder him, but he definitely pushed him into it. It just turned out way worse than he thought it would have.
but he was riding him against the boards. They were both going full speed, and Chara's just way too strong. Like, this is a guy who had 108-mile-an-hour slap shot. So like he took a shot so hard, and somebody for the Rangers blocked it and shattered their tibia because they tried blocking his shot. Chara's just too big and too strong. The fans in the stands called, well, they didn't call like 911, and they didn't call the police. They called the Mounties.
Yes.
Because that's what Canada's got. They got the Mounties. So
yeah, I mean, well, what are they going to do? Calling a wrestling tag team to try to handle? I don't understand. Like, did he bring his cattle prod to try to zap him when they called the Mounties?
I think so, because that's the only way you're going to take Chara down. So yeah, they called the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to come save Max Pacioretty from the big bad Bruins. But yeah, that whole thing, just the way the Canadians played forever, and the way that now Claude Julien is over there with his weird potato head.
Is he back coaching?
He would have come back had they made it to the next round,
right?
Because he had the what they thought was like cardiac issues, so they were like, "Yep, let's just shoot you over to the hospital right quick and keep you there for the foreseeable future."
So there's some other news throughout the NHL. So kind of rounding back to what we were talking about last week, Chara has decided that he's not going to retire and would like to spend at least one more year in the NHL with the Boston Bruins.
Dude's going to be 44 in March.
I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, obviously, Chara, for the sake of who Chara is, his contributions to the team, he's the team captain. You don't want to see him be forced out. You want to see him leave on his own. You don't want him to, you don't want him to be traded. So that's what we're all kind of hoping, that he would, almost like do the right thing and retire. But he's not. So the question is do the Bruins keep him? And at this point, I mean, there's something to be said for loyalty.
Yeah.
Regardless of the outcome, I think that Chara could still be an asset to this team, just not in the position that he's currently in.
If he could be a third pair defenseman, because Krug essentially said that he was gone.
And that's another thing I was going to bring up. Krug is pretty much, I mean, his contract is up. He's a free agent.
Unrestricted free agent.
Yeah. So he's pretty much, written his love letter, his goodbye letter to the city of Boston, and he's ready for the next chapter, which, I mean,
I think it's going to be the Red Wings.
Think they were going to keep him anyways. It's time to pick up somebody else.
If he had maybe stayed on the same deal that he was on now, maybe 5-6 million, but he's going to look for like 8 or 9 million, which is like Drew Doughty and guys like that. And
like, he's really not. He's not that good. He's not good enough to make that kind of money.
No, he's not.
Not here in Boston.
Not that. He's not a top tier defenseman. He's a good, solid player. He's, I've loved watching him. That hit he had against the Blues last year was absolutely amazing. But it just, his offense kind of overshadowed his defense. I mean, again, the kid was good. He's really good. He's 29. He'll probably play another decade, but he's small. He's like 5'7", 5'9". Like, he's not a big guy. He's not the fastest guy, but he's a solid defenseman. Like, what he was getting paid, like, that's right around his pay range, like maybe 7 million, but like to be paid like a PK Subban or a Drew Doughty.
No, you gotta
that,
show up a little more to be paid like that.
What's the other guy? John Carlson, although he's more offense than defense anyway, so like it doesn't really matter. But he's never been nominated for a whatchamacallit award, the Norris. He's never been even a finalist. So yeah, Dan, what do you think about this? What's your take on Chara and Krug?
I don't. Krug's probably going to be gone. Chara, I don't know that. Although he has lost a step and he's older, I don't know that there's a lot of options better than him, especially on the team. And who knows what they can bring in? I know McAvoy's solid, and some people would speculate that maybe the way Chara plays and the fact that McAvoy's trying to go with him on it and not try to go too fast and keep things together, maybe that he's holding him back. So who knows? But I don't know that they have a lot of better options than Zdeno Chara on that team. Even though he's old, I don't think they're going to trade him. And whatever he signs is going to be team friendly. He's making it a point to do that. Mm-hmm. So I figure let's see what he does, because unless you can sign somebody that's worlds and leaps and bounds better than him, I don't know what else you could really do. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm well versed on the free agency situation, but from everything I've seen in the past 15 years, they don't seem to bring in a ton of guys that are big, high impact free agents. It's almost like an opposite of what they do. They end up doing something at the trade deadline and bringing in a couple of guys that, a lot of times it's somebody there are people that not a lot of people have a lot of background information on or know. Sometimes they're high impact. Other times you get Caberlet and it's almost like a dud. So it's tough to say, but I feel good having him back here. I feel secure. It's like a comfy blanket that I always know is going to be there, and it's fresh out of the dryer, and we'll see how it feels. But I mean, it can't hurt. I mean, I honestly don't think that him back there is going to be a hindrance, and that's kind of where I'm at.
See, I think he'd be good as a 6th or 7th defenseman, because, like you were saying about McAvoy, McAvoy had to slow himself down. I think
slow down. Yeah.
McAvoy or a guy like there are some good defensemen, Vatanen, Pietrangelo. There are some good D-men that are out there.
So, do you think Chara keeps the captainship?
Or
do you? I don't see how he wouldn't. I don't see how he wouldn't. I think Bergeron should be a captain, but I don't see how. I don't see how he would lose the captainship. I mean, why would he? You think he's going to be any less hard of a worker or influence on the team or person that kind of
defenseman is not going to be your captain. Your 6th or 7th defenseman isn't going to be your captain.
But I mean, at the same time, it's not. But it's not so much, the contributions on the ice, but it's also the contributions off the ice as well.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, they could, if they went to him and they said, "Listen, we'll give you an A," on alternate, kind of like what they do with Krejci and Marchand. For home games, it's Krejci, and for away games, it's Marchand, or the other way around. Either way,
do you think it would break his heart either way if he didn't have a letter on his sweater? I don't think he'd care.
Where I'm going,
he's still going to be the same influence on everybody. You don't care. Give Bergeron the captain. He should be.
Right. Well, that's where I'm going with this. You give Bergeron the captaincy. You make Krejci a full-time alternate, and then you split it between Chara and Marchand, and on the games where Chara isn't playing because he's 44 and needs to be shut down for a while, and he's not quite as effective as he used to be. He's certainly not a top D pair. On those games where he's not playing, give it to like a Pasternak or somebody. Mm-hmm. That way you've got, everybody kind of rotating in and out. I mean,
sounds overcomplicated though. You know what I mean? Like, why do we got to worry about such little things like that? You think that's like the be all end all of anything? Like, who's got the letters and who's doing what and like all that? You know what I mean? Like
now, Chara's the captain, Bergeron's full-time alternate, and they swap between Krejci and Marchand.
And what difference does that make? Did it make a difference last year or this year?
Difference in what?
How they perform, because that ultimately that's all that matters is whoever has whatever letters on what games, and they lost in Game 7 last year and didn't get past the second round list here. I mean, what's the difference?
Exactly what difference it made. With Zdeno Chara wearing that C on his sweater, he was paired with their best young defenseman on their top defense pair. He should not have been their number one defense pair.
That's why they lost, not because they didn't score goals.
Well, that's part of it.
Or because their first line was ineffective.
That's one of many reasons. It's
I
the
think
first
the first line
line
being ineffective is backbreaker. You don't think?
It's the first line not scoring. It's you don't have your starting goalie. It's you know your defense is all kinds of screwed up because you don't have the pairings that you should have, and you know McAvoy has to cover for Chara because people are skating around him because he's not that fast. He does have that amazing reach still because his friggin' hockey stick is 12 feet long and he's 7.5 feet tall on skates. But it's not remotely the same. He's not the same guy he was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but when you're in your 40s, like 3 years makes a world of difference.
I know how it is. I'm in my late 30s. I'm getting to my 40s, and I'm not the same as I was 3 years ago. It'll happen to you.
Nope. If you drink enough fine wine, you'll age like it.
So, do we have any more thoughts on the NHL? And
I think we're good. I think they have a lot of time to figure this out. They got the off season. They got plenty of time. But I think
they have a lot of choices to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a lot of tough choices to make. But they will do that, and they can take their time. And but
Slashes, you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, so before we move on to the NBA playoffs, I just want to bring up that the NHL Awards is currently happening, and they're doing it a little different this year. Usually it's an in-person award ceremony, and unfortunately, with the whole
COVID
thing going on right now.
I said it. Now they're going to
the ongoing global situation, the ongoing global bastard.
Global situation going on right now. The global bastard we have to deal with.
So what they're doing is they are just kind of announcing a new winner every day, while during the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. So as of right now, we have Matt Dumba from the Minnesota Wild, who got the King Clancy Memorial Trophy. So congrats to him.
For what?
And the King Clancy Memorial Trophy.
Like what is it?
It's a trophy. He won a trophy, okay?
Well, I'm gonna look up what
you
King
can do
Clancy
something
is.
too. And Bobby Ryan of the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa. Got the Bill Masterson Memorial Trophy. So
all right,
congratulations to them.
The King Clancy Award, best is given annually to the National Hockey League player who best exemplifies leadership qualities on and off the ice. What was the other one you said?
The Bill Masterson Memorial Trophy. So
Bill Masterson, not Bull.
It's a trophy awarded annually to the player who best exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to ice hockey.
I mean, Bobby Ryan, he's 112 years old. I mean, and he's still playing. Oh, we have a viewer here, and let's see, Anthony T of Anthony T's Horror Show, who was our 10th entrant into our league.
Woo-hoo.
Says his favorite football movie is easy, Rudy. Nobody picked Rudy.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't pick Rudy, and this is Dan, don't call me Danny Spence-ah, because Rudy is a fraud. He's a fraud. Never happened like that. He's a fraud. However, I love Sean Astin because he was 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing, and he hung with the greatest football team in the land.
He should have got all the credit for destroying the Rangers.
However, the real story is something, but I don't retract my statement that he's a fraud.
What you've done is as a textbook example of insurance fraud.
Fraud.
All right, so
Well played, Pat.
to wrap up the NHL. So you've got the 2 awards so far. We'll be updating you as events warrant. But we've got about 15 minutes before the live draft, and I think I know who's going number 1 overall. But you guys are
a little strange. That sounds a little strange. You're going number 1. But
well,
I am number 2, so I am not going to complain.
People are strange when you're strangers. You know what I mean?
So, Dave,
what do we got?
You are our resident NBA guy.
Yeah.
Give us the state of the playoffs right now, and exactly how long are Kawhi's fingers?
I I can't comment on his
That sounds like a
alleged
personal question.
fingers.
Yeah.
I've never
Blocked
seen
the shot last
alleged
night with the-
Oh,
alleged
crap.
fingers. But I would think there'd be some hair, some pressed perm hair,
Shaft,
maybe
balls,
maybe
some
some
glitter
glitter.
sprinkled on there.
I'm not sure, but I don't think everyone's saying he blocked and shoved his middle finger. Get out, it's baloney. It hit the rim. Come on, man. Let's just be honest. He tipped it and it hit the rim. He was an inch taller. I mean, an inch higher with that ball. It goes in the rim. But anyways,
but he
we
weren't.
got, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not sitting here talking about Kawhi. So
Dave
let's
Dave
get
is
right
not
into it.
a Kawhi guy.
We got Milwaukee and Miami playing right now. It's about the end of the first quarter. It's actually 28-17. Milwaukee live score.
With
if
no Giannis.
With no Giannis, he's sitting out tonight. His ankle's still hurt. If they win this game, I actually predicted they actually would come back down from 3-0. But if Giannis doesn't play, it'd make it a lot harder. But if they win tonight, I'm still going to stay with the Bucks. But that's games going on right now. 9:00 tonight, we got the Lakers and the Rockets. That's tied 1-1. That's on at 9 p.m.
It's an easy one.
I think the Lakers are going to split
an
that
easy
series.
one.
LeBron usually takes game one, figures you out, and then after that, he's pretty much going to roll. I'd give Houston maybe 2 games, so it'll go 6. But I think the Lakers close that out.
30%.
Tomorrow night, we got the Raptors and the Celtics. Celtics up 3-2.
You're gonna close that shit out.
They closed that out easily. They had a bad game the other night. They were a little run off from
A little what?
from game 4. Yeah.
Around.
I have one mistake every week. Sorry, guys. But I think they closed that series out. That goes 6. And then the Clips and the Nuggets. Clippers up 2-1. I don't like the Clippers at all. I don't like Kawhi Leonard. I think he's the most overrated player in the league. I have him at number 9 on my top 10 list, but with his load management,
Overrated. He's in the top 10.
he's good. He's good, but he's not. Everyone makes it seem like he's the best player in the world because he beat a hurt Golden State team with no one playing. But
Wait.
that's a whole different conversation.
Did he or
I'm sorry.
did he not get Finals MVP for shutting down LeBron?
He got Finals MVP for LeBron averaging, I think. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was 29, 8, and 8. So if that's what it takes to get MVP. Oh, Andre Iguodala will tell you all about that because LeBron averaged 34, 9, and 10. That's cool. Yeah. So you held LeBron to 1 assist shy of a triple double. Here, we'll give you MVP because you won because we don't know what else.
Was it enough to win the series?
I mean, let's not talk about it. So.
How'd
But
LeBron?
anyways, that's the state of the NBA right now. So let's hope the Celtics pull that out. They can go on and beat the Heat because the Heat are overrated. Jimmy Butler is very much overrated.
Rush!
Jimmy Butler is not that good of a player. He's not that good of a shooter. He's having a good streak. Just like I said about Jamal Murray. And let me just throw out there that I did predict the Denver Nuggets to win. They did. No, I predicted the Denver Nuggets to win. I believe if you listen to last week, you and Dan had Utah. You guys are both wrong.
Yep.
So that's 1-0. And me and Dan did have the Rockets. You picked the Thunder. So you are 0-2. Dan is 1-1. I am 2-0. And that stands. So I just wanted to throw that out there quick.
That's
Another quick Mo. My little spiel here is sponsored by Fight Milk. I just want everybody to know. The greatest sports drink ever created is Fight Milk. So just wanted to throw that on there. Yeah, so the NBA is heating up real nice. I'm looking forward to a good Celtics Heat matchup with the Lakers and the Clippers, with the Lakers obviously winning. But that's my take right there.
I have to interject this here.
Please do.
Dave gives physical proof to the fact that if you live on LeBron's dick, you can't like Kawhi Leonard.
That's true. I will say this, though, about Jimmy Butler. I was watching one of the ESPN shows. I saw a clip the other day, and somebody said, like, oh, I got into my top 20, and I totally forgot about adding Jimmy Butler. Like, he's not a good shooter. He shot, 24% from 3 this year?
He ain't top 20.
30% shooter from 3-pointers. He's a pretty good free throw shooter, but in mid-range. But legitimately, he's not a good shooter. He's not. He's making shots right now because he's on a hot streak, just like Jamal Murray did. But again, Jamal Murray's not that great of a player, and he's shown that in the last 5 games. But
Jamal Murray also what?
Kawhi Leonard is a combined, I believe, I could be wrong, 1 for 18 in the last 2 fourth quarters. So let's just leave that out there.
It's all right. His team's winning. He's facilitating. He's got defense.
Paul George actually showed up for one game. Decided to
Paul George is not a shooter either. Paul George is not a shooter.
31 points. He is a shooter. No, way more of a shooter than Kawhi. Absolutely.
They both fall into that super AIT column. They aight.
All right, so I'm gonna
Go ahead here.
I'm gonna interject here. I just want you all to know at home, whether you're watching this live, and you can see Ashes as a Winosaurus.
No one is, but that's okay.
No, we got a couple people watching. So whether you're watching this live or you're listening to this on the show on Friday, I want you guys to know that we have merch now. Our buddy Leo, who is the kingpin of the Dorkening, did a couple of awesome logos for us. You can pick those up on tpublic.com. Links in the description. And I guarantee that if you get them, you will be better at sports. You will be better at romancing that special person that you want in your life. It will make you taller if that's what you want to do. It grants wishes. You will look super fabulous.
Gives you back massages when you're not even looking to. It's like unprompted back massages. It's unbelievable.
It's got built-in back massages, and you can get all kinds of different stuff with our logo on it. We have hats, frisbees, pogs, mugs, notebooks.
Oh my God, did you say pogs?
I did say pogs.
It gets you free entry into places that you don't even know you wanted to be and that you've never been yet.
Yeah, places. You know, it reminds you of a place you've never been to and a song that may never have existed.
It can only be found by those who have worn the shirt before.
Right. You can only get one if you already have one. It's so fancy and so in demand that the only way to get one, other than going to our TeePublic store and clicking on the link, is to build an alternate reality where you already have one. So, and you can get them in a variety of colors, black, white, blue, green, red, orange, yellow, purple horseshoes, green clovers, red balloons, whatever you want. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Especially, one thing that you didn't mention is how high in demand these are. We've already moved about 25,000 units of these. We can only get so many printed in such little time. It's about the hottest thing in sports radio podcasting that you've seen so far.
You need to order
they're moving too quick. I mean, as we're pulling people from these warehouses going overtime. The printers are going 90 hours a week. They cannot keep up. But we want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. So make sure we get on
out just to meet the man.
It's like a borderline sweatshop type of thing happening, except all on the level. Legal.
Frank Reynolds will be proud.
We got a steam whistle in there.
Yeah. It's like they got the little bird that you pull on his tail to let you know it's quitting time, like in the Flintstones. It's intense in there. So we are going to quickly transition over to our main topic of discussion today. And
the main event of the evening.
We are going to start discussing. How do you guys want to do this? I have it as we'll do the picks last. If you want to do the picks last.
Our picks for the season or our picks for this week?
Picks for week 1.
Let's do it right now. Let's get it out of the way.
All right. So we need Emma. Because
let's bring in our guest here.
Put that out.
Emma Extreme.
Emma May, I need you to come down here. I had to give out the Emma call. I just heated up a piece of pizza for her, so she's rolling with that at the moment. But she'll be right down here. And
Emma, blonde hair, feet not too big,
not too large.
And we've got
not too short.
Definitely not a bird.
We've got the Emma Extreme picking the week 1 games ticker scrolling by. So if you we did have one person send us their picks from the group. They were nice enough to I guess the easiest way to do it, he took a picture and emailed it to us. Like he wrote everything down, took a picture and emailed it to us.
Who's this, Matt?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
so I put his picks. I already did mine. I did mine the other day.
I'm sure we'll get some late entries, but it's fine for now.
So we're going to start. Emma, are you ready?
what you need to do, just to kind of tell you, you got to give her the two choices. She'll pick one.
Yeah, I know.
Easy enough. I just want to make sure.
Let's not go cities. Let's go.
I
the
have
teams.
teams.
Yeah.
I have the team.
Of course you do. You're ready to go.
I have everything all set. I've had it set for 2 weeks.
I don't doubt you.
So Emma, I need you to be the extremist. Okay.
Extreme.
All right. So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Emma, Texans at the Chiefs. Who you got?
Texans or the Chiefs?
Texans at Chiefs.
Just say or. Texans or the Chiefs?
I think the Texans.
Say it louder.
The
She's going
Texans.
upset Texans.
She going Houston, baby.
This is not against the spread. This is straight up.
I was going to ask. Okay, straight up. Thank you. Yep.
Straight up. Emma, Seahawks or Falcons? What do you think? Seahawks,
Falcons.
Falcons. Emma has the Falcons taken.
You know that wasn't on accident. That's where her blood's from.
Yeah,
That's where your blood comes from. It's where your space is.
Emma.
With the
Oh,
Falcons.
we got Skipper Bob in the house. Skipper
Skipper
Bob.
Bob.
What up,
welcome.
baby?
Skipper Bob waving high with the football. All right. Now, Emma, Jets at Bills. Jets or Bills? Who you got? What do you think? Jets or Bills?
J's or B's?
Say it out in the mic.
Jets.
Jets. Emma's got.
Underdog. Jets.
J-E-T-S.
Okay, Sam Darnold.
Jets.
Sam Darnold.
I like
All
Sam
right.
Donald.
Emma, Bears or Lions? Who wins? Don't let him influence you.
Bears. She said Bears. She said Bears.
That Bears. Yeah.
I
After
didn't have anything to do
No
with that.
outside influence in this house
I had nothing to do with
influence that
All
pick.
right. Packers or Vikings? Who wins? Who you got?
Packers.
Packers. All right. She's taking
Disagree with that. I disagree with that.
team. Oh. Emma, Dolphins or Patriots?
What was the other one? I didn't hear the other one.
Dolphins,
Say it again. Say it again.
Dolphins or Patriots? Oh, she's thinking hard. You go with what your gut
Come
said.
on.
Patriots.
Yeah, baby. We go Patriots.
I didn't hear a lot of conviction in that
I
at all.
was very nervous. I was very nervous on that one.
All right. Eagles or Washington team with no name? What do you think wins? The Eagles or the Washington team with no name?
Eagles or Washington?
Eagles.
All right.
Good pick. Fly, birds. Go, birds. Go, birds.
All right.
Go Birds.
Or Panthers? Raiders or Panthers?
Panthers.
Oh,
That's not what they have. I don't like that if he's picking McCaffrey.
Hey, I'm sorry I forget your name, bro, that's watching. She definitely was not influenced on that one because if she was, she'd have said Raiders.
yeah,
Absolutely.
especially because in her team, yeah, she's doing it with Dad, and Dad is a Raiders fan. And with that, I am officially on the clock with pick number one. And
Of course, Pat gets picked number one.
I told you he had no one.
Unbelievable. How
it was
coincidental.
randomized before the draft. All right, so pick two is up. Emma, Colts or Jaguars?
You know I'm taking Saquon Barkley. I'm sorry. Colts or Jaguars?
Colts or Jaguars?
Say
Hello.
No,
Huh?
just right now.
I think Jaguars.
Say it.
Oh yeah, you can take who you pick.
Jaguars.
Jaguars. Oh, upset city here.
Upset City.
Dan, who'd you pick?
I didn't pick nobody yet. I'm going on right
He's
now.
picking right now, yeah.
All right. Emma, Browns or Ravens? Browns or Ravens?
Brazens.
Atta girl.
The Ravens.
She didn't want to go. She didn't want to go with the poop one, you know.
Yeah, she doesn't like
I'm
Anything.
absolutely
California raisins.
I'm absolutely putting
California raisin.
Emma, Chargers or Bengals?
Chargers.
Chargers. All right. All right. Next, And now nobody say anything. Charters. That was a good one. Nobody say anything to her. Emma, this is the pick of the week right here. Buccaneers or Saints? Buccaneers or Saints?
Buccaneers.
Yeah!
Emma!
Yeah!
She knows.
I didn't say nothing.
All right, who picked? Who picked so far?
I don't know. I'm trying to pick. I'm trying
Dan
to get
didn't
there.
pick. He's about to get auto drafted. Dalvin Cook. Yep, there we go. Dalvin
You
Cook.
got
is
Dalvin
auto-
Cook. All right,
Not a bad pick at
Emma's
all.
team is about to pick. So
Emma is picking.
Emma's going to get Alvin Kamara. Who'd you get, Ashes?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, of course you did.
Of course I did.
Cowboys. I love the Cowboys this year. They're going to win the division.
Mhm.
Emma.
Let's go, Ash.
Yeah.
Emma.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Skipper Bob's going with the raisins. Sorry, I had to say that.
I put it up on the board here.
I
Yeah.
love that.
We got the Cardinals or the 49ers. Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, girl.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my pick too. Let's go.
Pick. I like
Emma.
the pick.
Emma. Cowboys or Rams? Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yes.
Oh.
It's my girl.
She is unbelievable right now.
Yeah.
She's picking all the teams, all the right teams.
Oh, that's a good job. All right. Steelers or Giants? Steelers or Giants?
Steelers.
Ooh.
What?
With the Steelers.
The
All right.
favorite.
Last one, Emma. You ready? The Titans or the Broncos?
Broncos.
Broncos. Ooh, going with. All right. So Emma has picked. For those of you keeping track.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, she just picked Alvin Kamara for her team.
So
But she has picked the Texans to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. Falcons over the Seahawks, Jets over Bills, Bears over Lions, Packers over Vikings, Dolphins over Patriots, Eagles over Washington, Panthers over
Whoa.
No, she picked the Patriots over the Dolphins.
She picked the
Oh,
Patriots.
my bad.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Come on now. What do you think? What do you think?
That's insane.
And I didn't even say nothing. I didn't say nothing. She just
Eagles
knows
over
better.
Washington, Panthers over Raiders, Colts, Jaguars over Colts, Raisins over Browns, Chargers over Bengals, Bucks over Saints, Cardinals over 49ers, Cowboys over Rams, Steelers over Giants, Broncos over the Titans.
Good job.
All right.
Say,
So,
for me, I'm out.
Emma,
That's it for me.
Say, I'm out.
Oh.
say Emma Extreme out.
She says, I'm out.
All right.
Okay,
She's out.
she's gone. She wants to get back to her iPad.
She's
and
gone.
watch
She
silly
actually has
videos.
a meeting right now. She has to.
Yeah,
get
she has
back
a Zoom
to,
meeting
so-
that she has to
Zoom
resume.
meeting. So
Resuming it.
Yeah. She put them on hold so she could
they
take
put
the
it on
pick.
hold completely for her. So
Yeah,
she
all the
needs to-
it's a bunch of investors in like this private company. No big deal. No need to worry about it. You know.
All right. So now we'll go with our picks. Dan, Chiefs or Texans?
Chiefs.
Dave?
Oh. Let me refer to my list. I got the Chiefs as well. I picked with my brain, not my heart.
Smart way to do it.
I'm going Texans.
Oh, the ladies both picking.
I'm with the Emma
I
pick.
wish Deshaun, but I don't know.
I too picked the Chefs. All right. Seahawks at Falcons. Dave.
I have the Seahawks.
All right.
Give me them Hawks. Give me them Hawks.
Okay. Slashes.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Everybody picked them. Our guest Matt also picked the Chiefs and Seahawks. All right. Jets at Bills. What do we got? Dave.
Mm.
I have the Bills, please.
Okay.
I will take the bets, not the Jills. I mean, the Jets, not the Bills.
And Ashes.
Wow. Okay.
Let's go Bills.
All right.
You're upset.
Bears
with
and
me?
Lions. Dave, you got the Bears, right?
That's not even a question.
Dan?
Bears, Lions.
Bears. Stafford sucks.
And Slash
No,
is
he doesn't. No,
Go
he doesn't.
Bears.
It's trash.
all right. Bears, all the businessers. Yeah.
That's can I just say that's my lock of the week? The Bears to beat the Lions. That's my absolute lock of the week.
All right. I'm gonna put that on there.
We're putting that on record.
All right. I put it on there.
Put that on the record.
All right. Vikings at Packers. Dave.
Vikings all day. F the Packers.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Yeah.
Me. I have to do something.
Fumbling for
Cousins gets a bad rap. Cousins gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
Cousins is the guy.
Because he's
Watch him.
and also he's an idiot.
Can't win games
Yeah,
on Monday, Thursday, or Sunday night.
Yeah,
So,
and still
he's great.
he
He's
only
awesome
threw
quarterback.
six picks last season. So please, 36 and 6. Yeah,
he
he
lost
sucks.
every single game in prime time except for one.
Dave, who do you got?
Vikings all day. Even though I hate
Yeah,
them.
he just talks shit, but he's got the Vikings.
Well, that defense is filthy.
I am Thielen in fantasy. Don't let Dan fool you.
Vikings, because fuck the Packers. That's why.
Yes, that's my girl right there.
All right, Dan, are you taking the Patriots?
Dan, Patriots
Yeah.
all
What
day.
the hell?
Dave?
Why is that even
I am as well. Patriots all day. I think they beat the Dolphins. Fitzmagic shows up.
I also think so.
I'm going
Cam is
Dolphins.
good.
Ashes says Dolphins.
Cash goes separate. I like it.
All right, Eagles at Washington. Dan.
Callie said the Redskins. That's where I'm going.
They're not the Redskins anymore.
Yeah. The red.
So what's the team? Who's your pick? I'm not sure. I'm
the
confused.
The team that plays in Washington currently is
Oh,
the team
Washington
that I'm going
Yeah,
with.
okay. So you picked Washington.
Dave, who do you got?
You know what? The Eagles are really beat up, and they have a lot of injuries. But I have to go with Wentz in this situation because I don't even know who's playing.
'Cause he's got a lot of
quarterback
hype
for
and he
Washington. You know what?
sucks
Even if I
anyway.
did know, I wouldn't care. So Eagles all day.
So look at
Go Birds.
little
Go
cat-
Birds.
for those of you guys who are there's a background of her Zoom meeting a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. No, it's probably a wrestling ring. That's what Skipper Bob is asking. We got Callie of the multiple toes on the screen as well. Take it over for Emma.
Khaleesi for the
It's
layperson.
Khaleesi for real, but she's Callie for short.
Slashers, we got Eagles or Washington.
Eagles.
All right, pretty much. Raiders or Panthers. Dan.
Panthers.
Yep, I figured. Dave.
Oh, I'm taking the Raiders, man. I'm going
my heart says the Raiders, but
I got Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller.
The contrarian in me has to go Panthers. I'm sorry. I
Flash
don't
you.
know.
I'm going with the Raiders because I'd like to get laid tonight.
All right, there we go.
That's a fucking great pick.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Good to know.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And she's wearing her sexy suit too. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm a dinosaur.
Anything with shark teeth gets bad.
No, she's a dinosaur today.
Rawr.
No, I get it. Believe me, I get it.
Dude,
Oh.
your notifications are supposed to be off, bro.
Who is he
I did.
picking? Who is he picking?
Oh, it's because I'm on the clock. I'm really sorry, guys.
Oh, I
No,
keep
it's
forgetting
okay.
to put
Who you
that on.
picking? Oh, who do you
DeAndre, my boy, all day
All
long.
right. I have back-to-back picks here.
You do have back to back. I know who you're going to take too.
No, you
Because
don't.
you're a sucker. You're a scrub. I know who you're.
I'm
gonna
not
take
able
right
to
now.
get on this right now, but god damn it, watch this. Watch me go and just win this bitch.
Travis Kelce.
I would have said it if you wanted me to. I know you were going to pick Travis Kelce, and I
So
know
who am
you're
I
picking
going to pick next?
Tyreek Hill.
Nope. Brittle Tyreek Hill, who shattered.
Yeah. What? George Kittle.
Nope. Chris Godwin.
Hey!
Back to Dave. Let's see who picks a QB first.
I mean, I'll just take Julio.
We'll just see who all the
Why
autos
wouldn't?
pick for everybody because I can't seem to get it to pull up on my ESPN.
Even though
All
I
right,
hate
this
Matt
is-
Ryan.
Oh, she might be going. Oh, Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay team is fucking nasty out
Don't
there.
take anyone from Tampa Bay. There's too many people on that team. There's too many weapons. No one's going to have a great season.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
It
true.
doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense to take anyone from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's like saying
There's
Wes,
so many people on
Don't
that team.
take anyone
it's
from
like saying Wes Welker and
That
Randy
really
Moss
is
can't
so-
have a
that's-
great
that's-
season at the
it just
same
doesn't
time.
make
They
sense.
do.
There's too much ball to go around, dude. Mike Evans, maybe. That's it. I wouldn't take anybody else on that team.
Don't take anyone from the Chiefs. That'd be stupid.
No, that's not what I said. I said Tampa Bay because there's too many people. They have so many weapons.
Colts at Jaguars. Who you got, Dan?
Colts. Andrew Luck, baby. No, I'm only kidding. But this Colts are still going to win.
So
I like Brissett.
I wouldn't. I would.
You're marking these down as we go, right?
Yeah, That's why it's taken
You're
me.
Sure.
Yes. Who do you got for Colts Jags?
I know the game. I'm just saying with the best. I mean, okay, sorry, not the best. Second to third best offensive line in the league. I'm going Colts with my boy Phil. I think he's going to take it home easily.
I'm excited to see how it goes. That's why I picked the Colts.
Gardner's not going to play well. Even if he does, I think they're going to score 40 points because he can just throw all day. You're going to give Phil some time. He's going to throw all day long on that team.
Yeah, nobody does it better than Phil Rivers.
All right, slashes. Colts or Jaguars?
Colts.
Yeah, the Jaguars.
They're a bad team. They're just a bad team. But
all right. I think we're all going to be unanimous on this, but Browns at Raisins.
I heard it through the grapevine. Ravens were gonna win this game,
Yeah, who you got? You got Ravens? And Ashley, you got Ravens?
I got the Raisins.
I'm going with the Raisins.
I'm going Browns. That's my upset of the week. Browns.
Wow.
I'm going for last year. They beat them last year easily. I think it's going to happen again. I really feel Dan doesn't agree with me, but
I'm pretty sure the
Baker
Browns.
Mayfield has been taken by me in maybe 2 fantasy leagues. Baker Mayfield's going to have an unbelievable season. They've really upgraded their team. There's so many weapons on this team. Nick Chubb, Hunt coming back off.
Sounds like the exact same shit I heard last
OBJ
year.
and Baker really developed some great chemistry. I have OBJ in one league. Landry is a top 7 receiver in the league, if you want to argue. I think Baker's going to have a great season. Their defense, Myles Garrett will be back. I don't know if he'll be back right away, but he'll be back, and that team will be great. The Browns, upset of the week. I give you my lock. I'm giving you my upset. Browns over the Ravens. You heard it.
42-17 is that game's going.
Dave, nice job wrecking everything. It's the upset of the week. All right. Chargers at the Bengals. Dan.
Bengals.
All right, yeah.
Chuck the Fargers, man. They're not gonna. You know what I mean, I have no faith.
Who the hell's their quarterback? That Joe Burrow?
Declan, something. Young kid.
Joe Burrow.
Is it Burrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, Buck Furrow too, man.
Yeah, Dan, having said that and heard everything you just said, I'm going to absolutely 100% agree with you. And I think the Bengals are going to win that game. It's going to be his first W in the NFL. The Chargers are absolutely terrible, even though they're full with talent. Talent doesn't win if you don't have a great game plan.
Yeah, unless you're the Browns, apparently, according to Dave. And it's Justin Herbert, by the way.
Oh, Mahomes off the board.
It's Justin Herbert, by the way, just so we know. It's not Joe Burrow on the Chargers, Justin Herbert.
No, I said Bengals.
Mahomes gets picked.
Oh, yeah. Burrow's and
Quarterbacks are interchangeable in fantasy. Who really cares? I drafted one in round 15. Who really cares?
I'm letting it auto because I can't.
Drafted Breeze, and then I was like, man, he's old and might get hurt. I need a backup, so I drafted Breeze.
Breeze is done. This is last season. He'll be retired after the end of this year. That's another prediction. I'm going to write that down.
You drafted Mahomes, by the way.
Oh, good.
I'm on the clock.
Dave's on the clock. Ashes, who'd you take?
David Johnson.
All right.
James Conner all day long. He's going to give you an absolute fantasy beast this year.
You think so? Well,
he's going to get every single carry.
I think Le'Veon Bell is going to be a monster this year.
On the Jets with a terrible offensive line, a terrible team. They trade their best player for a washing machine? That is a terrible pick. The Jets are the worst team in the league.
Whoa, it's a washing machine and 2 Subway sandwiches.
That's true. They got a $5 sub for $2.50. So they got
one of the new. They got 2 new barbecue rib sandwiches. Come on now.
Jamal Adams got traded. The Jets are a laughing stock. And I'm a Jets fan. They're going to be terrible. They're
a bunch of guys already.
3 games on that team this year.
Bunch of QBs already off the board.
This league is full, but it won't let me.
What does that have to do with the Jets being bad? You just completely ignored what I said.
Shitty team. He's still going to put up points. So
I like Sam Darnold, but I mean the Jets are terrible.
You know what? I'm going to go nuts here. I'm going to go a little nuts because I wouldn't expect this from myself. But
he's taking Melvin Gordon.
Nope. I just picked up Kyler Murray.
Oh, you bastard! Taking my boy. It's my quarterback this year. He drafted. Come on, Hopkins.
Dave, who you got, Dave?
I'm taking DK Metcalf. I heard he worked so hard in the offseason. He's one of my favorite guys in the league.
Okay.
I think he's going to have an extremely productive season in the Seahawks.
Slashes, who you got?
With the second best quarterback in the league. Just saying. Sorry.
That's a solid pick right there.
I love him. I do. I love him.
Robert Woods and Tyler Lockett and Cooper.
Holy crap. 6, 7 picks in a row. Oh, my God. Another one. Oh, my God. It's
yeah, a lot of people are on auto.
Let's go, guys. No, I like that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Boom, boom, boom.
Both are coming off the Chargers. This is their first season in like 20 years without Phillip Rivers.
Mhm.
Chargers are going to be terrible this year.
This is their first time in like 15 years without Andy Dalton.
Okay, I'm actually.
Oh, my
this.
God. You really just say that.
Chargers.
You like Andy Dalton. You love Andy Dalton. You're all about him. So don't even.
I don't
Dalton
like
with Marvin Lewis and the weapons he had. Not Andy Dalton right now. Oh, well, Andy Dalton on the Cowboys.
I got
yes, but
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown is going to
A.J. Brown.
He's going to be on the
Jesus.
Seahawks.
A.J. Brown,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's another
AJ
bold
Brown,
prediction.
Mike Evans, Tyler
All right.
Lockett, Alvin Kamara. Okay, I'm good.
What's
Here
the next game we got here, Patsy?
Here's the tough one. This is
There's
game
no tough ones this year.
Buccaneers Saints. Who you
Tom
got?
Brady.
All right.
Easily all day Buccaneers. They beat the Saints first game every single year. There's no possible way. Old man Breeze, old man Rivers, whatever you want to call him. That's
Old
Philip.
man
No,
Breeze.
sorry.
Here's
Old
the
man Breeze. It doesn't matter. No, listen. Is it my turn or is it your turn?
You guys both.
Oh, no, it's my turn. Okay. So the Buccaneers are going to win the game. There's no possible way they lose. I'm going to go the over in Buccaneers. I think I'm going to put $200 on the Buccaneers to win this game. There's no possible way they lose.
Okay. Slashes. Bucks or Saints?
You know,
This is going to be like a 51-49 game.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Whoa! The only one who picked the Saints.
I think
Over, no. Whatever you want to pick, win, loss, pick the over in this game.
All right. Cards and 49ers. Who you got, Dan?
Niners. Garoppolo all day, baby. They had the guy. They let him go. He plays for San Fran. He fucked up in the Super Bowl, but they're going to win that game.
All right. Emageddon Extreme. Let's see who Emageddon Extreme takes.
Armageddon. You don't like it.
Got?
Oh my God! I think Garoppolo is absolutely garbage. They took the ball out of his hands so many times in the end of last season. His coach has absolutely no faith in him.
I told
How
you
many
that.
how many throws did he have in the NFC Championship game? Like 10? Yeah, they don't trust him. They take the ball out of his hands. He doesn't make throws in big clutch situations. I actually have the Cardinals winning this game. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins hooking up for at least 3 touchdowns. Cardinals upset.
For the record, Dave fought me on that at the end of last season.
Anthony T says he took
Lamar.
which was a smart move. Lamar that's who I was going to go with. Slashes, Cardinals or 49ers?
I'm sorry, you picked the Cardinals too?
Cardinals.
Yep, I got the Cards.
We all picked the Cardinals. That's a great pick. DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray.
Matt took the Niners as well.
The
All right,
Niners aren't going to win that game.
Ask you, I know you're going to take the Cowboys over the Rams.
Obviously.
Dan and Dave, who you got?
Dan?
Cowboys.
Okay.
I'm going to go as well. The Cowboys, I think they're going to win the division this year. They're a great team. Cowboys.
I do not think they're going to win the division this year, but we're going to get to that soon. All
Yes,
right.
later.
Steelers, Giants. Dan.
Steelers.
Ooh, confident.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like the Kardashian Dragon on the clock. Ash just took Dak Prescott, so we know where her loyalty. She's got Dak and Zeke. Did you also take Amari Cooper?
I did not have a chance to get Cooper. Somebody
And
else.
I just picked Deshaun Watson for the record as well.
Uh,
Oh, you took my boy. You took my boy.
'Cause
Talk
I couldn't
crap
get
about him all the
Mahomes.
time,
I
and then
couldn't
you
get
take him. That
Mahomes.
sounds good.
He's
Dan,
just
you
not
did get Mahomes.
I didn't see it. Am I picking mine and Emma's?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
Dad's,
yeah.
Emma's / yes.
So you
Okay.
just picked Deshaun Watson for Emma.
Nice. Okay.
All right. So, Dave, I know you're on the clock right now, but I also
I'm gonna steal him. I'm going Russell Wilson.
Ooh,
I just stole him. Yeah.
you just stole him.
Too early to pick a QB, but not Russell Wilson because
All
he's
right.
the best
I'm going to
quarterback in the
throw this
league.
out here. I want you guys to know this, that there is an offensive position as well where you can put any player you want.
You chose that, so we have
God,
to pick a bunch of
these funky
QBs to put in
drafts.
that position.
This is when Pat runs 2 QBs.
That's what Pat
In the
does. He
same
runs
week?
2 QBs.
Yeah,
so everyone in the league, if
obviously.
you're listening,
I picked up on that
You need
right
to run-
quick. You picked
Tom Brady to the Terminators.
it doesn't matter. It's a bad pick. You need to run
You're a
2
bad
QBs and your second offensive position, or else
always
you'll
run
lose every
2 QBs because Pat's going to do it every single game. Just be aware. Know
game.
that.
So,
Believe that.
Let's go on. Tom Brady's a bad pick, but let's go on.
Here's a good pick though. Stephon Diggs.
I do have him.
On
You
the
chose
clock.
him way too early. He might drop to 10 or 11 or 12 in this
Yeah.
draft.
Questionable.
That was way too early to pick him. One guy you should have taken, his name is Hollywood Brown, which I'm going to take right now.
Oh,
He's
he's
an absolute stud for the Ravens, who's going to be the number 1
He
receiver.
had about
So
2 weeks last season, so I'm not too worried about him.
You're out of your mind.
And
Oh.
Ashes.
I had him after
Man,
week 1.
That's a sleeper pick. That's
Yeah, but you know what? I think Edelman might have a good year.
I'm sorry, I have breaking ESPN news right now. Von Miller, season-ending ankle injury. Just suffered in practice today, gone for the season. Denver losing their best defensive player, Von Miller, out for the season.
Wow.
Breaking news.
Oh, no.
now they won't make the playoffs.
Yeah, what are they going to do now?
I
Now they're
actually
going out
have
of
Denver in
contention.
a lot of my picks, so
All right, Dave.
might have to rethink. I'm sorry,
Wait.
what?
Steelers Giants.
I have the Giants because I picked Saquon in fantasy twice.
All right. Slashes. Steelers Giants.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers on that one.
I too took the Giants. All right, Dan. Titans Broncos. Especially that they don't have their best defensive player. So Titans.
It was Titans either way. They shut out. They beat the Pats at home. They invested in Tannehill. I think they got something going on.
You know what? I had already picked the Broncos.
The Denver Broncos.
I'm gonna say Broncos. Drew Lock breakout season. I'm gonna go with my Colin Hurd hot take for the 2020 NFL season. Drew Lock is gonna be a top 10 quarterback. So let's go Denver Broncos.
We should call
At
that.
home, Mile High.
We
Let's
should
go.
call that the Regurgia Cowherd. Is that one?
the Regurgia.
Yeah, I heard him say it, so now that's my thing
Broncos
too.
Titans.
Titans.
All right. So now Dave gave us his. So Dan, who is your upset of the week, and who is your lock of the week? I mean, your upset looks like Jets over Bills.
Yeah, my
I did
upset's the
say
Jets
Jets.
over Bills.
Yeah,
My upset's
definitely
the Jets over
Bills
Bills.
'cause they're a terrible organization.
My lock is easy. Pats Dolphins, baby.
I was almost
Pats
That's
Dolphins.
no,
I was gonna say Bucks, but damn it, I got too much
Pats,
faith.
Dolphins, that's an easy one.
Pats Dolphins. Although Dave, hold on.
Apparently,
Dave said it's an easy win. However, him and I have a bet that the Patriots are going to go 500 in the division.
I picked the Patriots to go 8-8. Absolutely.
He picked the Patriots to go 8-8 in the
Yeah.
division. No, 50
Oh, in
50.
the division. In the division.
He said they're going to go 500 in the division, which is preposterous. So this is the beginning of that bet. Oh, you got it. $20, baby. You got it written down.
Somebody just took my tight end, you son of a bitch.
Wasn't me. I'm not paying attention.
Darren Waller, you're picking for Emma now.
I have Darren Waller in another league, but you'll be all right.
No, somebody already took him.
I said another league I have.
I know. I just said someone just took him now, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we heard that.
All right. So
I'm on the clock, baby.
Ashes-
Mark Ingram, easy pick. Mark Ingram, let's go, Pat. You're on the clock.
All right. I need a defense too, huh?
You're gonna pick a defense in round 8? Oh my God, it's gonna be an easy league, bro. You might as well just start benching your players now. It's over, dude. This is ridiculous.
Hold on, no, he's got to. Hey, listen, you got to pick a kicker in round 9 and a
kicker
defense in round 8.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I pick kickers the first 3 rounds. That's how you do it.
Nice job.
Geez, there's not a lot of guys I'm overly.
Now he's gonna change his pick because we talk shit to him.
You know what? I think he's going to have a good year because there's going to be a lot of guys. You know,
Ronald Jones?
No, Manny Sanders.
Are you
Oh,
serious? That was an awful
made
pick.
of glass,
What a
Manny
terrible
Sanders.
pick.
in
Emmanuel
San
Sanders
Fran.
almost got traded for a second-round pick to the Patriots
And a
last
sandwich.
year at the trade deadline. That's
did
what
so,
you
didn't he?
traded somebody else. I don't even remember who. That's how awful he was. That's crazy.
And,
You just Emmanuel Sanders?
I'm going to
Wait.
go Debo Samuel.
Is this your first draft you've ever done?
Yeah, it's my first draft. Wait,
This
this
is my first day.
is basketball. Right? Wait, so my lock of the week. I'm the chefs. The chefs are not going to lose to the.
They really might, though. They could.
Nope.
They could. They won't.
They're not
They won't.
They're not the Bucks. They're
But
not
they
going to
could.
lose.
Nope. And my
Bucks
upset
won't.
of the week. My
Real thing,
upset
it's
of
not
the week is going to be the Raiders over the Panthers, because I'm sure the Panthers are going to be heavily favored.
That's an upset?
That's
I don't.
tough.
That's a terrible upset.
That's kind of like
that's,
two
that's
bottom.
not really going out on a
That's two
limb.
bottom rung teams is
Yeah,
saying which
you're
one's
like
going to
you're
win.
like at the bottom of the hill trying to
Ooh,
climb up.
this is the best 7 or 8 seed right
You're
here.
taking one step. I don't know if that's really on the limb.
All right. Then I'll go Giants over Steelers as my upset of the week.
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
That's a good pick.
Could
I tried
happen.
the Giants
Could
as well.
happen. That's a much better.
All right.
I'll take the
Smash
Phillip
it.
Lindsay.
Who is
Yes.
your? I'm going to say your upset of the week is the Texans.
Yes.
Yeah. And who's your lock of the week?
Lock of the week.
Excuse me.
Probably have to go Titans Broncos
All
at
right.
this point.
Wow, we had that.
Did not see that coming. We thought you were going Cowboys with that.
All right, Titans. Wow, I don't agree with that at all. But that's
All right,
great.
so-
Miller out.
So we'll be keeping track of this as we go along. I also have the season predictions up. Dan, we're going to need Emma again to pick her division winners.
I don't think she'll be able to understand that. That doesn't.
Yeah,
make
we'll skip the division winners for.
Yeah, well,
Let's have her,
later.
or maybe have her get on it next week. I can prep her on that.
I have a couple of predictions for teams if you want to hear that. If team,
Well,
win.
we're gonna get to that first before we get to our predictions for each of the divisions. I want to start with. Ashes, the clock is ticking.
I know. I'm trying to. I'm working on it.
And she's
I know,
slacking.
we're a little over an hour, so let's try to get these quick and response questions.
Go
Let's
rapid
go.
fire here,
Rapid
man.
fire, yeah,
Ooh, Tariq Cohen. That's not a bad pick.
I love that pick. It's my guy.
First thing, what are games going to look like this year? You know, do you think fans are going to be in the stands? Do you think we're going to see partial filled stadiums? Like, what are we
Partially, if
looking at?
anything, but there's no way it'll
Yeah,
be full. Yeah,
Partial at best, not even halfway full. I think the WWE Thunderdome kind of set a pretty good precedence of what they could do.
great call.
I mean, they have rows and rows and rows of like hundreds of fans that makes it look like a crowd. AEW Wrestling has pods of people, but there's not going to be something you can execute in every state. So, honestly, with football, I don't think that they, in the sake of fairness, although I know life isn't fair, competition should be when it comes to the Hold on, time out, guys. Take 2. In the NFL, that's not how they should do it, because if one team can't have a certain situation, another team shouldn't be allowed to do it. If you can't have live fans everywhere, they should have live fans nowhere. Thunderdome may be where it's at.
All right. Now the big question, and on Slashes, I'm going to start with you. Will the season finish?
Well, that all depends on the intelligence of the population. Will this? I think that they'll come up with something. I don't know if it'll finish in real time, like kind of like an NHL NBA thing, depending on what happens. I don't know if it'll, happen the way it's supposed to happen, but I think it will finish eventually.
Okay. You are now on the clock again. Dan, what do you think? Will the season finish?
Yeah, I think it will. I think the model that baseball has been doing, seeing as they're doing something similar as far as having to travel to different cities, and really it's going to be the true test of these teams and see who's the most disciplined. And the most disciplined team as far as who's doing what and when they're, if they're doing the right things and everybody's going along the way they should, I think that they could absolutely finish the season. And, the suggestion of maybe having the playoffs in a bubble between a few different teams or a few different locations might be the way to go. Baseball is talking about it, and it seems to be working exceptionally well for hockey and basketball. That although there's more people in the rosters and more people in the whole teams as a whole, I think that might be the way to do it. So I think that there are ways that they can get this done. Because even so, with training camp going the way it's going, there's been really no rashes of positive tests. It hasn't been a widespread thing, a little bit here and there, but you're really not hearing too much about it. So as long as everybody's doing the right things and staying disciplined, I think it absolutely could finish.
Ash has just picked Dobbins from Baltimore. There have been a lot of reports saying he could get the starting job away from Melvin Ingram. I mean, not Melvin Ingram, Mark Ingram. Melvin Ingram's a defensive player. Dave took Baker fucking Mayfield. Oh,
I told you he's gonna have an unbelievable season. The Browns are going to be the team in the league. Oh shoot! Yeah. Oh, sorry.
We got a man down. Now he's back.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Browns are going to be a great team this year.
Yeah, Dave forgets when it comes to Odell Beckham and other wide receivers that there has to be a halfway decent quarterback to get the ball in their hands for them to be effective.
Dan doesn't believe in.
We literally had the exact same conversation this year that we had last year, and I said the same thing.
Baker. He had a
nope,
great.
I don't either.
Okay, that's fine. He had a great first season, and he had a bad second season. That's fine. His third season, he's going to come out. He has unbelievable weapons on that team. There's no way he's not successful. If he doesn't play good this year, I'm off the train. I'm on the train this year. I believe he plays well. I don't know.
The conversation was exactly the same last year.
I don't think I wrote it in my notes. I believe the Browns make the playoffs this year, win at least 9 games.
Nice.
I just took Henry Ruggs the third.
I'm writing it down right now. Browns,
I'm
9
try to take
games.
Henry Rollins because he's a liar.
9 games right now for the Browns. I wrote it down. What's today? The 8th. 9, 8,
like him
20.
because he tells you everything he wants to hear.
Let's go.
Everything sounds good coming from him.
I really love the Browns this year.
All these guys are garbage.
You're gonna take Matt Breida, aren't you?
Nah, I'm thinking about it.
I knew you were thinking about it. Dude, my team's pretty good, dude.
You know what? I am, fuck it. Matt Breida.
Oh, you mother.
I knew you were going to take Matt Breida. What a terrible pick. I need a tight end. Let's see who's good at the tight end. Mike Gesicki. I'm taking him in my second league. And I drafted him in the other league, and it said, do you know something I don't know? Talking crap about Mike Gesicki. I think he's going to have a good season. I like him a lot, so we'll see what happens.
All right, so here's something I heard today, and it's talking about the NFL because Dan comparing, like, oh, the NMLB's done a great job. Yeah, if you discount like the 70 people who have gotten COVID and the fact that the Cardinals have to play 2 months of doubleheaders because they keep missing games. The fact that they go to friggin' strip clubs and casinos like a bunch of dumbasses. If that's what happens with the NFL, that season's not going to finish. But tell me what you think about this. And I don't know if you guys all heard about this, but when I went up to get the mail today, which I was too early to get it, the Sports Hub was talking about how Josh McCown right now is being paid $12,000 a week to be the 4th string quarterback for the Eagles. But he is not in Philadelphia. He is in East Texas. They are keeping him there. He is quarantining just in case.
He's at the practice facility. Yes, he was signed. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yep.
Did you hear who Bill Belichick referred to as his 4th quarterback? Do you know who it is?
To be honest, I listen to a wide variety of everything, and no, I have not. I've heard his
unbelievable praise for Cam Newton, but I have not heard his fourth quarterback. I would love to know who that is.
Ashes, have you heard who the fourth quarterback is?
Is it Robert Kraft?
It is not Robert Kraft. Someone slightly younger. Dan, have you heard who the Patriots' fourth quarterback is?
Dan, who's the fourth Patriots quarterback?
There's one.
Not according to Bill Belichick.
Three quarterbacks at the moment.
So
No.
tell us who it is. I want to
is
know.
Scott Zolak.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
Scott Zolak.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest
in
here.
an offhanded remark today, that was something that Belichick said.
So
that,
wait.
I got Zolak right around the corner. Don't worry.
So you just lied to everybody and saying you didn't know what you did?
Well, he's not.
Wow,
ever,
dude, you're a liar.
So he's a straight liar. Sorry, guys. I didn't know we had a liar on the show, but
He's a straight liar.
All right, so
I ain't deny ya. He's a straight liar. You don't want to fuck with him.
I wouldn't trust any of his football picks after that.
Dan, we're going to start with you with this because this was your thing. So I'm just kind of expanding on what you put.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Tom versus Bill. Who will have the better record? And independent of that, who will have the better season?
And independent of that, who's probably got more to lose? I'm gonna say that the Bucks are gonna have a better season. I mean, it's kind of tough to put it on that because it's like a theme with sports teams when you get a bunch of guys together and on paper you look and say, Jesus, how did they lose with these guys?
Like
How
the
could they
Eagles
possibly lose with these guys? Like the Lakers with Steve Nash and Karl Malone, like the Eagles a few years ago.
Malone, they had Peyton and Malone.
Right.
It's an easy answer. It's called injury.
You can put all these guys together. As long as Brady stays upright, they should do damn good because if anything, at least he's got one guy on the field that knows him like the back of his hand.
So what's their record over the season?
I think the over/under is 12 games. So I'm with 12 games. 12 games as a
12-4.
12
Dan,
and 4 is a
that's
bare
a
minimum.
little closer to you.
Yeah, I think
I'm
12.
sorry, Dan has it right now.
Yeah.
Dan's going 12-4. I actually looked at this earlier. I'm going to go 11-5. I think they lose to. You know what? Actually, just hearing about Von Miller,
Look, I think we started with me on this.
I
one.
had them losing to Denver. So that might sway me a little bit in Mile High. So
Nope.
I had them at 11-5, losing to the Saints, the Chiefs, the Falcons, and my beloved Bears. So maybe 12-4 actually is more. They can beat Carolina easily twice, I think. The Chargers, the Packers, the Giants,
New Orleans
Rams,
is their
Vikings,
competition.
Falcons, Lions, and the Raiders. I don't think they'll have a problem with any of those. I think Brady's the best player in any of those games.
So
I feel like 12-4 actually might be okay. I agree with that.
So you're set now. I can finish answering.
Yes.
Oh, good, sweet. I appreciate it.
Sorry.
So yeah, I think Brady's going to have the better year. I think the Patriots, as much as my heart lies with them, I think they're exceptionally thin at literally every single position. Over the weekend, they cut both of their kickers. As of this moment, they don't even have a kicker.
Dan,
So they
you just Gronk, by the way.
beautiful. They don't have a kicker. They don't have any depth at wide receiver. They don't have any depth at tight end. It's all a bunch of what ifs and who knows is basically what they got. And I think, honest to goodness, I think Bill has the most to lose from this season. And really, like, what he does, I think will be very reflective on him as a coach as a whole, because there's a lot of things that people can point to before he started teaming with Brady. All of his success has been with Brady. So who knows? I mean, there's a lot that's tied together with the both of them, and there's nothing that either one of them can ever do to escape that, obviously. But I think that, from all accounts, from everything you hear from all the insiders, he needs to win without Tom to feel validated, but also he's chasing Shula. He wants the all-time record. Otherwise, he might have even considered retiring by now, but he wants the all-time win record.
I didn't mean to take Jake Elliott in the draft. Sorry.
Jake Elliott.
Ridiculous. That was a mistake.
But he needs a few more years of solid winning, and 10, 11 wins might be the ceiling for them. They're not competing for a championship. I don't think it's even in the cards. So Tom's going to be competing for a championship, and Bill's not. But Bill could have the opportunity to at least get some wins under his belt, and I think that's the most important thing. So
Somebody took my defense too.
I think Brady wins this.
Chicago. I'm so mad. Whoever
Somebody took my Vikings defense, but that's all right. I got the Bills, and I just drafted Will
I
Lutz.
lied. The Bears are still there.
Wait, didn't you take a
Drafted
defense in
by
like
me,
round
I
6?
lied. The Bears
No,
are
I was
drafted
thinking
by
about
me.
it.
Thank you so much. I thought somebody took the Bears. I apologize.
You just picked a kicker, Ashes. You took Greg Zerline, Legatron.
Greg the Leg, who's actually now on what team is he on now? I forget.
Don't know. I gotta say, I've never seen a more seemingly underprepared Patriots team. Not only do they not have a kicker and are thin at every position, but their potential starting quarterback, they got him at the end of June. So there's really, and plus there's been no like real training camp, no scrimmages with other teams.
Greg the Leg on Dallas. Dallas Cowboys have Greg the Leg. That's why.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was with
Great pickup by Dallas.
Legatron.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Ash,
No, he's not Legatron. Don't start.
that's what they called him,
He's Greg the Leg.
Legatron.
There's a reason why you don't have a team.
So here's my question for you. Who do you think is going to have the better season? Do you think the Patriots, record aside, say they both finish, 10-6, 11-5, whatever?
He won't.
It could be a lot different from division to division, though. That's the thing. One could be playoff.
That's why the question is, who's going to have the better season? Because I don't think the Patriots go anywhere because they're not beaten. They couldn't beat Houston, Baltimore, or Kansas City with Brady. They're sure as hell not doing it without them. Without
I 100% agree.
Tennessee at home and they lose. Jesus.
So, Ashes, what do you think?
I think that Tom Brady is the more talented one. And I think that he was the reason why the Patriots were doing so well.
Yeah, I always have said it's.
I
Mostly
think
Brady.
we're going to see the downfall of Bill Belichick.
I mean, especially where like the Patriots.
I give him 2 years.
The Patriots relied so heavily on that defense last year, and you lost so many starters. Would they lose 6 starters and they didn't get replaced?
So they lost 6 starters. Nothing was replaced, and I think 11 players have decided to actually sit out. I actually have a note here from Pro Football Focus. Last year, the receivers on the Patriots were ranked as the worst receiving core ever in the history of the NFL in Pro Football Focus ranking receiving cores in 14 years. It was the absolute worst receiving core. Least separation, most drops. Julian Edelman led the league in drops. They led the league in least amount of room with separation. And like I said, Pro Football Focus, the worst. I have the Patriots 8-8 this year, and that's with Cam Newton. I'm a big Cam Newton fan, so with them going 8-8, I have them losing to the Seahawks, Raiders, Chiefs, Ravens, Cardinals, Dolphins, splitting with the Bills and the Texans. So
8-8 is
we'll
crazy.
see what happens. I have them at 8-8, and I have Tampa Bay after just hearing about Von Miller. I think I have them at 12-4. So 12-4 Tampa Bay. 8-8 New England. Mark it down right now.
8-8's
All right,
that's crazy. That's too.
Since Dan just drafted him, Dan, does Gronk have anything left?
I think, and according to a lot of things that you hear from different sources, if Bill was not the coach of the Patriots, he probably never would have left. I mean, it's not a secret that
Bill Belichick was the reason that Gronkowski retired.
And he's also the reason why Tom Brady is not on the team anymore,
That's unbelievable. Thank you for admitting that.
Because he has to be unwielding and a dick at every turn and want everything his way. When you have the best quarterback of all time, there's no harm in making small concessions to him. There's not, but he wouldn't do it. He's so set in his ways.
He wouldn't do it.
He didn't want to let Gronk be him and say what he wanted. Not even like say everything you wanted to say, but loosen the reins a little bit. It was too stringent.
He wouldn't do it.
And you know what?
Do it.
Most every other team is not like that. So, I mean, I think maybe it's kind of a petty reason on both of their cases. Like, oh, my coach wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do. It wasn't very nice to me. It seems petty. But after you deal with it for so long, I mean, I don't care who you are. It's going to grate on you at your job. So I think that Bill Belichick drove both of these men out. Now they're playing for this other
You're
team.
Tom Brady. He doesn't treat you any good. He doesn't treat you any different than the kicker or the
Correct.
third string left
Correct.
tackle. You're Tom Brady. Oh yeah, well, you know what?
At the root
You know,
of it,
this guy on the special teams had a really good day today.
You don't talk about Tom Brady and Bill Chuck. It's just messed up. And you go out and you come out and you talk about how good Cam Newton is, and Cam Newton comes in. And
You
goes,
know what's crazy?
or
he's
how
a great
good.
player. You don't think he's
Two
doing that
guys
to
that
irk?
Belichick would
But you
ever.
don't think he's doing that to irk Tom? He is. He's doing that to irk Tom, and he's doing it, and he's succeeding in it.
No, you're
and it makes
correct.
me sick.
You're correct. And guess what? There's one of the two of them that wants to prove a point at the other one. They both want to prove a point at the other one, in the face of the other
And
one.
Brady's not even going to try, and he's going to prove it
Correct.
more than Belichick.
Correct. One has more resources
So glad
to
I
do what
agree
he
with you
wants.
on this.
One guy has more resources to pull off this fuck you mission than the other one does. And it's not Bill, unfortunately.
Brady,
it's not Bill.
I don't need you, Bill. I'm good. I don't need you.
It's not even close. It's not
All
even
right,
close.
so there's two guys that if you talk to Bill Belichick, there's two guys that if you say, oh, start talking about, if you mention Ed Reed and Lawrence Taylor, Bill.
Ed Reed, he lights up like a Christmas tree. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
and he can't step away from the podium because his boner's ripping out of his pants.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
I need it.
Best football player.
Or hold on.
I'm gonna say it.
Or
In my whole life.
You
I
could,
need
you could
everybody.
get him going on the punter and the special team productions of the other teams that they played, and he'll talk about it for 15 minutes. And you ask him about somebody on the team, and he'll reply, "Yeah, they're on the team. Hopefully, we see them this week."
Yeah, well, Dale Mitchell on the special teams made a great play last Wednesday night when nobody was watching. We don't care about Tom Brady, but Dale Mitchell really made an impact on the team.
How'd Tom Brady do? Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was out there tonight. He sure played out
yeah,
there.
he sure was
Yep.
there.
I thought the quarterback play was pedestrian and consistent.
It was marginal.
Hold on, you forgot. You got to give the with the.
You didn't hear me doing that? Like that's all he does.
I actually didn't see a lot of his plays. I was too busy cutting off the sleeves on my sweatshirt. I didn't notice all the plays going on just on the field.
And you know what's fucked up? He's doing Subway commercials. Have you seen that shit?
Because he's new. Because Tom left, so now he's like,
He's
"Oh,
doing
I'm
it
gonna screw
at Tom.
Love Cam
you-
Newton.
Like the guy.
I love Subway footlongs. I talk about them all the time. I'm Bill Belichick.
Yeah, so
I hate
basically,
him so
it's
much.
a way of him being able to go on TV and say, "Hey,
Screw
Tom.
Brady.
hey Tom, you know what's awesome? Processed meat, nightshades all day. I'm going extra mayo on this thing. Subway, baby."
So, Dave, you're on the clock right now. We're getting to the dregs. But
In the dregs, I'm gonna take my boy Austin Hooper on the Browns because they're gonna be dope.
Austin Hooper likes it.
all right,
in the-
so now it's my turn to take my double picks back to back.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? You take terrible people, so I get
So-
whoever I want every single time.
My team is gonna. Oh yeah. How's
do we
your-
want to still go? Do we want to still go football?
Yeah, because I still have. I have a lot of
Okay.
stuff to cover still.
How long are we going to go till? Because
This is
I can't like just
1:33.
have Emma
Yeah,
just
we
sit
gotta
there
wrap
and
this
chill.
up.
We've been going for almost 2 hours.
Dude, we've been going for an hour and a half.
I can't just
Yeah, I
have her
can see
chilling in
that
a room
too.
doing nothing, is what I'm saying. Though, so we
Yes, you
gotta-
can.
She's
Yes.
all right.
No,
She's
no,
fine.
I-
Yeah, Dan worries too much.
No,
Don't worry about
no,
it.
I
Let's
can't. I
go
just
on.
don't want to not
What's
pay
your next
attention to my
topic?
kid.
So next topic. All right, so we're gonna start getting into our division previews.
I like that.
So here's what we're gonna do:
Let's not take too much time. Let's go boom,
No,
boom, boom, rattle it off.
quick rapid fire, and then we're gonna do
Rapid
our
fire, light him off. Yep.
All right. We have: can the Patriots win the division this year, or will Buffalo sneak off with the crown?
No,
I say nope. Buffalo wins. Dan, who do you got?
No, that's not going to happen.
Who wins the AFC East, Dan?
Patriots.
Uh,
All right. Dave?
I don't know
Say
why.
your name.
For some reason, I must not have looked at all the games because I have Buffalo at 6-7, but clearly that's only 13 games. So I have Buffalo.
Gonna go 5 and
No,
5.
I'm sorry. I read this wrong. 6 or 7 wins. So
All right,
it's either 7-9 or 6-10
You know, for somebody who said they want to get through this really quickly, you're taking your sweet ass time.
Yeah, I apologize for that. No, I think that I think New England wins the division.
All right.
Yeah, I hate for me to say it.
Not New England.
So your choices are Bills, Chiefs, Dolphins, or Jets.
I think the Chefs.
The Chefs.
You said the Chiefs.
Bills.
You mean the Jets?
Bills, Jets,
You say?
Bills, Jets, Dolphins, or Patriots.
The Bills.
All right. Because the Bills were a playoff team last year.
Bills
All right.
have a tough schedule. I'm just
They
saying.
won 9 games and we're a playoff team.
That's all right.
Sorry for them.
Hey, I've seen teams win 11 games and not be a playoff game. So, what are the best bets for the AFC East? What's the best bet if you could lay $1,000 down? What are you betting?
I think based on what everybody said, it's the Patriots.
So, your best bet, you'd put $1,000 on the Patriots within that division. Dave.
Yeah, I don't think the Bills.
I think
have it
betting
this
anybody
year.
else would be a
The
stupid
Jets are
bet.
terrible, and the Dolphins are just not good.
No, it doesn't.
It could happen.
Patriots win the division.
No, hold on. You guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying. The best bet for that division, not who do you think is going to win. We already said who we think is going to win.
Bills, depending on what the over is, if it's like Bills at 7 games or so, then we go with them.
No, there's no way. The Bills have a hard schedule. The Patriots don't.
Dave, listen to what I'm saying. What is the best bet? Like, does Cam Newton regain form? Does Josh Rosen get
I don't know,
traded?
there's too many things. I mean, how do you
What do you think about that division?
You're asking me what I think, and I'm telling you right now, I think that I don't like the Patriots at all. And they're going to be the best team in that division because the Bills are going to drop off consistently.
The coaching advantage off of any
the
team
Jets
in
and the Dolphins aren't good. So they're not even going to be a factor. So it's only a 2-team division. And with the Patriots with Cam Newton, even though 11 players dropped out and they lost 6 starters, it doesn't matter because Belichick's that good. They're going to win 8 games, and the Bills won't. The Bills will not win 8 games. They'll win 6 or 7. The Patriots will win that division.
And the Jets mismanaged
It's not that the Patriots are good. The division's terrible.
They're better than all the other
win
guys.
The division with Cam Newton, a former MVP at 31 years old. Yeah, it's a lot to prove.
And
the
the-
Patriots will win that division.
The Jets mismanaged their offseason. The
Jets are
Bills should be pretty good. Miami's had
The
flashes,
Bills
so who
will
knows?
be good. The Bills
But
will not be good.
Fitzpatrick is starting, so like right there, that tells you where your team is at. If Ryan Fitzpatrick is your week 1 starter, that tells you a lot about you.
Well, because you have a rookie that you're trying to bring along, and they're not going to start Josh Rosen.
Is it feeling okay?
I love Sam Darnold, but the
Love
Jets
Sam
aren't
Darnold.
going to be that good. Sorry.
No,
All right,
there's nobody else.
let's move over to the AFC West. So who's winning that division? Chiefs?
Easily the Chiefs.
Yep. Flashes, you think the Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, or Chargers?
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
I'm not even going with the Raiders, but that's all right. So
I'd say the Raiders in second, man. That's the only thing.
the question is, can anybody catch the Chiefs?
Chiefs got to win the division for 10 straight years. It's not even a thing. It sucks, but it is what it is.
So can anybody catch the Chiefs this year in the AFC West?
No possible way.
Nope.
Barring injury, I got to agree with you.
If
Nobody's
you say
got the
there's an
quarterback.
injury, I say there's a chance. If not, no way.
Yeah, what's
Mahomes
the
is going to win
injury?
12 games minimum if he's healthy. There's
And
no
even-
way he doesn't.
And not only that, when he was hurt last season,
He got hurt, and they still won the
but
Super Bowl.
they had quality backup play, but so did New Orleans was another team that had quality backup
Screw
play.
New Orleans, Drew Brees is done, and Taysom Hill's nothing.
No, but I'm
New
saying
Orleans
to
is
have
done.
backup play that can win games in clutch spots, then you're good. Who was on the Chiefs? Who was the quarterback? It wasn't Alex Smith. Who was the quarterback?
I don't remember.
Oh,
What, last year?
when Mahomes
Yeah,
was out for
Mahomes
like
went down
4
and Cam
games.
Newton won a
I
couple
couldn't
games.
even tell you. I have no idea.
Whoever it was came in won a
Jesus.
couple games.
It was
but
some.
yeah, they're not
He's a
that
name.
good.
He's somebody you know. Let me check. Oh, that's such a bummer. But yeah, I remember that. But if you have that good a backup play, that's fantastic. Oh, also, by the way, total side note, Freddie Touch is coming back tomorrow morning. I'm very excited about that.
All right, so I don't think anyone's catching the Chiefs. The Raiders might have a shot as long as they give Carr a chance.
Derek Carr will be gone at the end of the season.
Now they improved the offense. He's going to throw for 4,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions.
Wow. Okay, I'm writing that 25 and 8. Let's write that down.
At least 25. At least 25, if not 35.
Okay.
Not 35.
Okay.
All right. So you guys don't need to say the same.
Writing it down. I'm writing it down.
AFC North. Who you got?
Ravens. Matt Moore, by the way. Matt Moore was the guy that stepped in and won at least 2 games when Mahomes was out.
That's true.
Dan, you have the Ravens.
Ravens. Oh, yeah.
There's no possible way that
No way they're not.
the Steelers or the Bengals win, but the Browns could give them a run for their money. I feel like it'll be maybe 11-10.
So who's your pick?
The Ravens will win it 11-10. People are trying to figure out Lamar. He's not going to win as many games as he did last year, but the Browns are going to win 10. The Ravens will win 11. So let's go. Let's go Ravens with the Browns at second.
What?
Mark
What am I choosing from?
It's the Ravens, Browns, Steelers, Bengals. Who wins that division?
You know the raisins.
Yeah, everybody picked the Ravens across the board. So that
No, I did. No, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
yes, you did what?
Sorry. I apologize. Nothing.
All right, so across the board, everybody picked the Raisins. So that answers my next question. Does anybody catch Baltimore and surpass them as the best team in that league? Obviously not.
No way. He's too good. Lamar's too good.
All right. AFC South question is, can Houston win without Hopkins, or will Tennessee prove that they're for real?
Let me take this one. I think this is a hot take, but it's very
hot takes.
it's actually lukewarm. Maybe the first or second bowl of porridge for Goldilocks. I think Houston wins this easily, and I think it's because
Wow.
I think it's the play of Deshaun Watson. I think he is either 3, 4, someone maybe would argue 5 best quarterback in the league. I'd probably put him at 3 behind Mahomes and Lamar.
There's no way in hell you do that without
No.
Hopkins.
I get what you're saying, but Wilson's the only reason why I'd put him at 4. But he's so good. If you really watch his plays, he gets hit 3, 4, 5 times. He comes out, he rolls out, he makes a play. He is one of the best NFL players. He is a top 3 quarterback. He is one of the most elite players in the league. I love Deshaun Watson. Personally, he's my favorite player in the entire league. I'm so distraught that they traded DeAndre Hopkins. But I guess he had some dissension he didn't like, Bill O. So, it happens. But I that's why I picked the Cardinals a lot this year, because I feel like Kyler Murray in his second year and DeAndre are going to hook up. But Deshaun is just too talented. They're going to win that division.
I think that division's up in the air because I think Deshaun's really, really good. I don't think he's as good as Lamar and Mahomes. I don't think he's in that same class.
No.
Yeah, but
So-
Lamar's not in that division, so neither is Mahomes. So it doesn't
No,
matter.
no,
We're
either
we're
one.
asking who's going to win the division: the Texans, the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Titans. So what is your
Titans.
answer to that?
Titans.
It says Titans.
Titans with the worst quarterback in the division. Okay,
Same quarterback they had last year that won the division and beat the Patriots at
he
home
didn't
in the
win anything. The
playoffs.
running back did. That's
Blatchin,
okay.
who is your pick? Colts, Jaguars, Titans, Texans. Texans and Titans were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Texans.
I
Let's go, Ash.
Oh,
took the Colts. I think they're going to be sneaky good. I don't think the Texans are going to be as good as you thought they were going to be after losing Hopkins. I don't think Will Fuller is that guy to step up. I don't think Randall Cobb is that guy to step up. So
I got to agree that I think that they're going to be really good. They're the third or
definitely
second
gonna be
best
good.
offensive line in
all
the
right,
league.
you guys,
So,
you have your division winners. Who are your wild card teams? So for me, I have the Bills, Chiefs, Raisins, and Colts winning their divisions, with the Raiders and Patriots taking the wild card spots.
Patriots are a wild card team.
Yeah, because the Bills are going to win that division. So
wait. So I got the Ravens.
hold on. Dan,
Sorry.
You have
Yeah.
Patriots, Chiefs, Raisins, and Titans. Who are your 2 wild card teams?
Bills,
Okay.
Raiders.
And Dave, who is your wild card team? You have the Patriots, Chiefs, Raisins, and Texans.
Oh, it's not going to.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say probably Colts and
Dave's feeling Rivers. He's feeling Rivers.
with a really good offensive line
Yeah.
though. I'm gonna say Colts and oh man, that is tough. With Von Miller out, I'm gonna have to go Bills as well.
All right.
Yeah, I want Denver,
Flashes.
but
You picked the Bills, Raiders, Raisins, and Texans to win their division. Who do you have as wild card team?
I'll go with Patriots as wild card, and I'll also go with. I'll stick the Colts in there.
Now, question: are they doing that wacky extended playoffs this year with the 4 wild card teams?
no, I
No.
haven't heard anything
I
about
don't know
that.
if it's this year.
All right. Because if we'll have to look through, and if so, we'll have to add that later. So, who is your AFC champion, Dan?
Chiefs.
All right.
I don't think it's much of a contest, to be quite
Dave?
honest.
Uh,
Realistically, I don't know.
I'm gonna pick with my heart, which I shouldn't at all. But
You're saying what you're gonna
go
say
with,
behind my mouth.
I'm gonna go
I
with
know what he's gonna say.
the Texans.
Ooh.
Please, I'm gonna say they beat the Chiefs in the game and they move on.
Wow.
They
that's
were
not
up
what I
24-0 last year and they lost
Yeah.
by
How,
double digits.
expected. Yeah, they're
They
that
lost by
good.
double digits. That's because
See you later.
Mahomes is that good. But I'm gonna bet them. I want them. I'm gonna bet with my heart. So
Yeah, they're that
who is your AFC champion? Of your playoff teams that you chose.
Super Bowl.
Let's go Texans.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I knew this. I don't know how I knew. I don't know how I know. I just know it.
all right. What the hell? No. Let's do that again. Sorry, my Excel sheet is wandering all over the place for me. All right.
Okay. See,
Now
let's go.
let's move on to the NFC East. Can the Cowboys finally break through? So who do you guys have? Starting with Dan.
Cowboys. They win the division.
Dave, NFC East.
Cowboys winning the division. That's easy. Let's go.
Easy.
Flashes, what do you got?
Cowboys.
Why did you even ask? You know the answer, huh?
I went with the Giants. I
Of course
think
you did.
That's because you're dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice one, Uncle Billy. You went with the Giants. No way.
I went with the Giants because I think they're going to take a huge step forward with no Eli Manning and just
The Jones sucks.
what the hell's that kid's name?
Dan
I forget.
Jones. Garbage.
Dan Jones and Joe Judge are going to hook up. They're going to be good this year.
Joe Judge catching passes. That's crazy, dude. Good for him.
Yep. Yep, he's going to be throwing to him on the sideline.
Isn't he the one that did Beavis and Butthead?
Pat, we're playing week 1. Pat, me and you. Let's go.
All right, moving on. NFC West preview. Can Jimmy G and the 49ers get back to the Super Bowl?
I believe it.
Cardinals or Seahawks have something to say about that.
That was very cliche of you, but it was good. Niners are going to make it back. Jimmy G is going to take about 2.5 steps forward and show up everybody that's been talking shit about him since he's had a run. Yeah, watch him go. Watch him go.
2.5 steps forward and still be like a mile behind Mahomes. Gotcha. All right, Dave. Hold
on. Who else is? Who else isn't? I mean, who else isn't?
Lamar
Mahomes
isn't
is a
that
different
far
animal.
behind him.
No, Lamar's about 2.5 steps behind him because he ain't won a playoff game.
That's true. Dave, NFC West.
Huh?
Does win or
West.
Does who win?
do the Niners
Niners.
win it, or do the Cardinals or Saints have something to say?
Dude, the Saints have something to say about it.
I think, unfortunately, I think the
Kardashian Dragon fading away here, folks.
Wait.
Little by little is fading right away, floating away as though he's on a river in a dinghy with no direction.
You think the Seahawks? All right.
Yes, actually.
I too have the Seahawks.
49ers are
Who do you
terrible.
got?
Let's go Seahawks.
Slashes also says the Seahawks.
Russell Wilson's hard to bet against.
NFC North, I know Dave's going to take the Bears, so I'm not even going to ask
Don't
him.
ask me.
Dan, who do you have for the NFC North? Because the question for that one is
Nick Foles will be starting
who will
after
win the
game 2.
division?
So, no, I'm with the Bears. Foles will be starting before long, and then he's gonna win like 2 playoff games.
I think the Vikings take that, not because of Kirk Cousins, because they lost Stephon Diggs, so we'll see how good Thielen really is.
And
But
we'll
that's
see how good Cousins really is. I change mine. I change it because I'm a Cousins kid.
all right. You're going to Vikings. All right.
That's a terrible pick.
That defense is going to be all world this year. Hey, Slashes, what do you got for Vikings, Bears, Lions, or Packers?
I'll go with the Bears because fuck the Packers.
Let's go.
Fuck the Packers, man.
Now, for the final, I made sure to save this one for last. NFC South. The question we have for the NFC South is, which 40-year-old QB will have a better season, and are the Panthers or Falcons a threat to either of them? You know, this is audio. You guys have to say something.
I'm waiting for Dan.
Well, I was hoping that Dave was going to pick up on my vibe because originally my thought was not to even think about answering it because we know the answer already. It's going to be Tom Brady. Drew Brees is a brilliant, wonderful first ballot Hall of Famer, and that cannot be denied. However, with the weapons that Brady has afforded to him this year, it may not even be fair because really the only competition in the division is the Saints. And I don't even if they lose to them once, it wouldn't be surprising because it's not like they're a bunch of slouches.
Yeah, it's
However, I think that the Bucks are going to roll. I really do.
Dave?
Oh my
Get the
god.
mic, bro.
Oh, he's got
So,
look at that. He's so prepared.
so I heard everything that
I heard everything you say.
that Dan said, and having said that, I think that I'm gonna 100% agree that Tampa Bay wins this division. Like I said, I think Tampa Bay goes 11-5, 12-4. I think I'm gonna go 12-4, and I just don't think Drew Brees has it anymore. He's too old. Michael Thomas is a crybaby.
They should have broken through. Hold on.
Drew Brees is too old. Tom Brady's going to light up.
I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Drew Brees. Tom, I'm sorry. Michael Thomas is such a crybaby. He's one of the biggest crybabies in the league. I don't like him.
Yeah, he's
So-
also going to have 2,000 yards receiving this year.
Fine, he can catch all the passes he wants. He cries every time, and Drew Brees is old.
Yeah, also,
and
they've been losing games every single year. They broke through that one time. They had one Super Bowl appearance.
yeah,
but-
and there was a whole controversy surrounding it.
If there's fluky plays, there's fluky plays, but that's because the game's so tight when it comes down
There's
to
no
it.
way Drew Brees does anything to beat Tom
Just-
Brady with all those weapons. Tom Brady
I'm saying
easily
it's
wins
not
that
an
division.
accident that Drew Brees has only won one time.
All right. Slashes, what do you got for that division?
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Yeah, I also went with the Saints.
You guys are
I
funny.
knew
Yeah,
it.
I'll have the salmon. It's just like a
The
Seinfeld
team that's
thing.
been together for a lot longer. I mean, I don't know.
Get the swordfish, Jerry. Best swordfish in the city. Yeah, I'll have the salmon. Yeah, I understand that. That's fine, but we can agree to disagree.
Well, this is why we're doing this now and not
Exactly.
weeks from now. All right. Who are your wild card teams? You have Dan. Jesus Christ, what are you guys doing?
I don't know what he's.
I'm trying to be a dad over here. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm doing
So you
it.
have your division winners are the Cowboys, Niners, Vikings, and Bucks. Who are your wild card teams? I know the Saints got to be one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say Saints. Giants.
All right. Dave, you have the Cowboys, Seahawks, Bears, and Bucks. Who are your wild card teams?
Let's go Vikings, even though I just despise them. And then probably I'm going to say the Cardinals squeak out the 49ers.
Great pick.
And maybe come through.
So I have the Giants, Seahawks, Vikings, Saints winning their division. I have the Bucks and the Cowboys making the playoffs.
Interchangeable. Those are all interchangeable. Like, I got the Giants.
I don't think that. I think both the NFC East and the NFC South are going to come down to a game or two.
Daniel Jones is going to outbeat Dak Prescott. That's absurd. But anyways, let's go on. Let's move forward.
Ashes, you got Cowboys, Seahawks, Bears, and Saints. Who are your wild card teams?
The Bucks and the Vikings.
Bucks and Vikings. And who comes? I'll start with you, Sam. Who comes out of the NFC this year?
Cowboys.
All right.
I like it.
Obviously.
All right.
Why did you write Vikings, you asshole? I clearly said Cowboys.
I wrote Vikings twice. Sorry, I was looking at Vikings. Dan, who do you got coming out of the NFC?
Yeah, Dan.
Out of the NFC, preferably.
No. Who do you think? Not preferably.
It's
who
not
do you think?
It'll be the Bucks, but I wish it was the Cowboys.
All right, so it's going to be the Bucks playing at home, you think? All right, Dave.
It's the Cowboys.
Dave.
I don't know. But here's the other thing too. I don't think they'll play at home. I think it'll be in a
What? What do you want?
Bucks or whoever you think the NFC is going to be.
You already asked me NFC.
No, not for NFC champ.
NFC what?
Who wins
The NFC champion. Who's going to
I'm terribly sorry.
put down the
Easily.
ball, hippie?
Easily, Chicago Bears, dude. That's the deal.
Chicago Bears. All right, I forgot it was 1985. All right, and who wins the Super Bowl? Dan. Do the Bucks beat the Chiefs?
No.
All right, so chefs it is.
Passing of the torch.
Dave, do the Bears beat the Texans? Can't even say that without laughing.
Yeah, it's gonna be real hard. Bears all day.
I have the Saints over the Chefs in Drew
Say
Brees.
to the Super Bowl, you're drunk.
So if you think that if the Saints
The Saints with
somehow win,
85-year-old Drew
they're
Brees
gonna beat the
on
Chiefs.
crutches in half blind in one eye. I
You
don't
just
think
pick the goddamn Bears who don't have a quarterback.
they have a championship Super Bowl winning quarterback, actually. So I don't know what you're talking
They
about.
have a dream.
Our picture of the
We've got spirit in a positive
All right,
end.
let's keep going. What we got next? Let's wrap this up.
Oh, we got Slash's picks. Slash.
Yeah, Slash. Let's go, Slash.
Cowboys.
All right, so Cowboys.
All
right.
Slash.
Cowboys. Yes, I can spell. I'm a good word guy.
Wunderslausch.
Wunderslausch. Yes.
Wunderslausch.
Here's the crux of the season here.
Oh my God, we have more picks.
We only have a couple more things.
Oh my God.
This is easy. You can bow out. You can go. You don't have to stay. I know you want to. Dan, who is your NFL MVP?
He doesn't know.
I'm not making a pick.
No,
not making a pick.
no, we got to pick. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is our NFL preview show.
That's why it's hard to make a pick.
Oh Christ! This is like an unmakeable thing right now. It's just like I could just.
It's really not that hard. Pick Mahomes
What
or
we should have
Lamar.
done is just put a bunch of names on a thing like Felger Mass. Just throw a dart at it because it's
We're not Felger and ask them. Pick Lamar or Mahomes. That's it.
Either one.
All right, so I'll put.
Hold on. Let me think about it. Give me like.
Come
All
on,
right,
man.
while you're thinking about it, I'll move on. Dave, who do you got?
Saquon Barkley.
All right, Saquon for MVP. All right, I picked Drew Brees. Ashes, who do you have?
I honestly have no idea. I have not been following any preseason stuff.
There is no
Ash-
preseason.
Ash-
so-
Khalil Mack.
I don't know.
Khalil Mack.
I have Khalil Mack for Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't know. Ezekiel Elliott.
All right.
Ooh, no, I like that too. That's
Okay. So, Dan, who's your MVP? Dan.
Dan, let's go.
Give me a second. Listen,
Come on,
I
he's doing
understand.
research
Hold on,
on his
listen, I
phone
understand.
right now.
I've
He's looking up stuff.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. All right.
Ah, so
Cowboys.
much crap. Oh my God, this guy talks so much crap about me. He's picked him as MVP. I can't even
Offensive player of the year. Offensive player of the year. I have
Mike
Christian McCaffrey.
Mike Evans.
Dan, who do you got? Come on.
He said Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. All right.
You didn't say Mike Evans? Sorry, my bad. I said Mike Evans.
I didn't hear it. Dave, who do you got? Offensive player of the year.
Saquon Barkley.
All right. Saquon again. He's going to get MVP and offensive player of the year. I have Christian McCaffrey.
Brown, baby.
Lashes, who do you think?
I don't know. It was Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
Oh.
Defensive player of the year, Dan.
Defensive player?
Yes.
Khalil Mack.
Dave.
No, I'm just kidding. Khalil
Khalil
Mack.
Mack. Yeah, I know. I was saying. You're trying to mess with it.
Sure.
Flash is also
Four?
Khalil Mack. Rookie of the year. I got Henry Ruggs. I got Henry
Yeah,
Ruggs.
no, I don't. Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins. Probably not, but we'll put him in there.
Forget who.
Joe Burrow.
Oh, man.
Tua.
Who's
Like,
rookie?
it's a ton of QBs that came
Not
out.
gonna be rookies. You know what?
Not gonna be
I'm gonna go.
Tagovailoa.
I'm gonna go CD Lamb. I'm gonna go CD Lamb for the Cowboys.
All right. Flashes, do you
He's
want to
nasty.
be in as well?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I have no clue.
CD Lamb for the Cowboys because he's filthy.
Coach of the year. I have Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians is a great pick. Cardinals gonna be nasty. I like that.
Except he
Belichick.
coaches the Bucks.
Bucks, but it's gonna be Bill Belichick.
So Bruce Arians doesn't coach the Cardinals anymore. So I'm gonna go with the coach of the Cardinals, whoever that is.
Bill.
What the
Bill.
fuck is his name? I forget what his name is. He's like 35.
There's only
He's
one.
young
If they
kid.
say,
Bill
okay,
Belichick
if I
coaches
say
the
Bill,
Patriots.
when you're asking about coaches, and I say Bill, if it's a one name thing, it's like Cher, it's like Seal.
Bill Belichick, Bill O'Brien, who coaches the Cardinals?
I forget his name, but he was like that Fresno State or
I said
something.
Cardinals. You said Bill. What is that?
Bill is the one who's gonna win the coach of the year.
No, that's not what he said. I said the Cardinals coach.
I'm sorry,
I don't know
it
who
has
that
to be
is.
Coach of the year. Our pick
Dan's
coach
like,
of the
yeah,
year.
Bill Belichick, obviously the Bill, the best Bill.
Kingsbury.
I don't know who. Who is it?
Former quarterback Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury. You're right. Cliff Kingsbury is going to win Coach of the Year of the Cardinals. Sorry.
That's what
Took
they
the
say.
right
Thank you so much, Patsy.
Cliff
And who do
Kingsbury
you think
actually
is going to get the
whoever
number one pick? Number one
It's gonna be
overall pick.
In the draft?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Who
They
do
already
you
do it?
No, not who's going to go number one. Who do you think will get? But who will be the worst team?
It's Detroit.
The Jets.
Don't
Jets.
talk shit. It's the way the questions were asked that we didn't get.
I
Not
said
because we
Jaguars.
didn't get
Well, you
Jets
know,
are terrible.
I told you both, you know, you knew this was going to be in here. I told you that, you know, we have the Google Docs that I work so hard on. And you guys just don't look at them. You know,
I looked
I
at-
looked at it and
we
made
both looked
notes.
at
What are
these
you
ones,
talking
yeah.
about? I don't
No,
know what you're
absolutely.
talking about. I made
We don't have it up in
series
front-
of lectures that I wanted to go
Yeah,
to, but we don't have
we
enough time
both
for
looked
that.
at it. We just don't have it up in front of us because
but
we
you knew
don't have
those
like a.
questions were going to be coming up. You knew
Otherwise
that
we
was going to come.
I
All
have
right.
all my picks, so let's not talk shit here.
All right, so we have all the picks. Everybody's got their stuff in. It's getting late. Everybody's getting cranky, so we're gonna
let's sign off.
we're gonna wrap
Cranky.
this up. So next week when
I
we
don't know
join,
who's crazy. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
next week when we join, we are going to be discussing the first week of the NFL. We're going to be discussing more of the NHL playoffs, more of the NBA playoffs. So, you know, obviously the crazy stuff that goes on, and Ashes is slowly trying to get away.
Let's not
That's
talk about the
fine, but-
Bruins as much.
Let's
talk more about what's going on here.
Let me also add a little bit, and just to once you're done with the end of this, I just want to throw a little bit of wrestling info in there as well.
Throw wrestling in before we wrap up. Throw your wrestling in.
Yeah. So for those of us that's seen it, we just had AEW's All Out over the weekend. It's very unfortunate that it will be remembered mostly for its botches. Pat, you seen the video that I sent? Poor Matt Hardy.
He did.
Who's done so many spots like he did, but just overshot a table off of a scissor lift spot and smacked his head off the concrete. And it was one of the more scary things. And as Dave can, as Kardashian Dragon, can attest to, it kind of stuck with me.
Dave Matthews Band.
It's stuck with me a little bit, just seeing this poor guy, that we've seen do a lot of crazy stuff, have such a hard time and be jelly-legged. And then unfortunately we had poor Matt Seidel, formerly Evan Bourne, making his AEW debut in the Casino Battle Royale. And as soon as he stepped in, tried to go for a shooting star press, slipped, jumped up in the air, and landed pretty much flat on his back and clipped the ropes on the way down. It was a tough show for botches, but either way, it was good. Jon Moxley retained against MJF in a fantastic match. He had a nice crimson mask. It's kind of a throwback. It was more of a slow kind of plotting, keeping the hardcore wrestler Jon Moxley in the ring, but he ended up finding the room to pull out the paradigm shift, which was banned in the match, but got it to go down, and that's where it ended. So going forward, Jon Moxley will be our champion. Lance Archer will be the next one to challenge him for the championship because he won the Casino Battle Royale. It was him and Eddie Kingston left over at the end, and it was fantastic. But unfortunately, a lot of botches, and that Hardy spot really took the shine off a lot of the rest of the show. Kind of took the air out of the building.
I'll be honest, I'm not surprised Michael J. Fox lost his wrestling match.
Yeah,
I agree.
And just to clarify, his name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and he's better than you, and you know it.
I was close. Before we finish and wrap up, we did get a question from Jacob Piccolo, who says he's got Devontae Parker on his bench for week 1, just came off of injury and facing Stephon Gilmore. He is debating starting Antonio Gibson over him at flex. I will say Devontae Parker last year in that final game ate Gilmore's lunch.
They didn't fade away down the stretch. End of the season.
I would never start him against Gilmore in week 1. Absolutely
week 1
not.
might be tough
Coming off a no off season, never in a million years. That's just me, though.
He's a 98 in Madden. Now that was one of the uproarious things that happened in Madden.
Down, he'll have less than 50 yards receiving.
So then I would go Gibson then.
But I would keep Devontae Parker though.
Easily Gibson. You don't want to start. It's all about matchups. You don't want to start anybody playing Gilmore. Maybe 2 or 3 times of the year you'll get someone to have, maybe a 100-yard game. But Gilmore usually holds everyone under 100 yards. So I wouldn't pick anybody going against him.
If we're talking odds,
3 times a year,
If we're talking odds,
it's about a 10% chance. So
don't go against Gilmore.
Again, like we said,
he might be the best cornerback in the league.
I think that matchup last year, I think the whole team was just kind of, mailing it in because they figured it didn't matter. They were going to beat the Titans, so it didn't matter what they did. And but that's our advice for that. So next week we're going to be talking some NFL. We're going to be talking, our roundups. We'll see how Emma did. We'll see how Matt did in their guest picks. We'll have Emma back to do some more predictions. Maybe we'll get her division winners as well. We'll see what we got. And I think that's about it. You guys have any parting words of wisdom, Dave?
I'll try to make next week's show a little shorter. I think
we're not going to have a whole NFL season to predict, so it should be easy.
So one last thing to say for me. Hey, talk sports every day.
All right. Slashers, you got anything you want to add?
So until next week, kids, stay out of the penalty box.
Yeah, stay out of the penalty box. And for me, I just want to say we are currently working with a sponsor. I just got a response for our sponsor that I told you guys about off the air. I'm very excited. I have to email them some information, and we'll see what comes of that. But we may be doing an unboxing next week,
which would be amazing.
Oh yeah, we're out for prominently placing products.
Yes, especially if we're gonna be getting them for free. So that's our show. Join us next week for more sports.
Proudly
talking sports ball.
I got nothing. Sorry.
And show notes. You can find all of our social media. We have Instagram now. We have our new Facebook group, which Dave has been adding people to like a maniac. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check that out. Go to tpublic.com. Check out our merch. Pick up some shirts and look super awesome. And like I said, I guarantee that it will make you jump higher and run faster, just like your PF Flyers. And that's going to do it for us. We will see you.
Great show, guys. Thank you for having us on. I really appreciate it. You guys did a great job.
Another good